Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world most famous arena with a clip that's a conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the facade. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in 10 books. As they cook my game plan, and my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the things we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. And we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We trace the logo when there's space that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. The city decks on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine on Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Salute everyone. Salute. What's good? We back in the building off vacation. Knicks real talk. We had a week sabbatical, man. Went out there and did our thing, man. We back in the building to get in with you guys, you ladies and gents. Get in here and get a pop and talk some Knick talk tonight. But let me bring my partner in crime, man. First and foremost, my brother Shaw Powell. Shaw Powell, what's popping?
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it, my man. We're here, man. We've been gone for a minute, but we back in the building, man. We ready to talk some Knick talk tonight. Get into a few topics and some segments, man. And get ready to look forward to the upcoming 2020 season. Look forward to the Knicks going out there trying to do their thing. So it should be a fun season coming up upon us, man. So I really want to see the Knicks go out there and do their thing. So we're gonna get into that, break all that down, and talk about all that good stuff, man. And let's get it, man. I hope everybody had a great weekend so far. Everybody there healthy, wealthy, and wide, doing their thing, man, and getting moving. Salute to hip hop, 50 years, man. That's, you know what to do, man. That's right there. Salute to hip hop for sure. But Shaw Powers, man, where it looks like we about to go into the season, what we looking at so far anyway, with a team that's pretty much orchestrated right now, and what we have on the books for as players, look like that's what we roll into the season with. And there's something unfound happen between now and then. But the schedule's out. We kind of know what the players is doing. We got players in fever. They out there doing what they doing out there. Been an interesting off season for the New York Knicks. Now we ready to get ready to go into the season, see everything that we worked and what we set out to do during the off season is going to pay dividends in the regular season, which was starting October 25th, obviously. But I'm excited about the season coming up, man. I like the team that we have. We got a good, strong bench coming back. We got some top-notch players in the starting lineup that's all-star worthy, all NBA worthy. Got some up-and-coming cats too, Shaw Power. So I'm excited about it, man. So I really want to see what the Knicks going to do this year, man. I'm so glad the schedule popped. We can get into that, talk about it, man. But I'm happy about these guys. Let's see what they're going to do for sure.
We got a well-rounded team, man. And as you watch some of the fever that's going on right now, you see some of our guys really excel in what they're doing right now. So hope that they can keep that rhythm going and bring it right back into the opening nights and stuff like that. So, you know, it really all depends on, you know, what the Knicks want and how big of a chip that they got on their shoulder. You know what I mean? And, you know, with the stellar play of Jalen Brunson right now, the attributes that Jay Hart is giving us, and the look that RJ Barrett is giving us playing in Canada. You know what I mean? You know, those are some steps that we need to, you know, make bigger. So if they step up like they're stepping up in this FIBA Cup thing, you know, surely we'll be a more rounded team this year.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, man. It looks good so far. No cats is really gelling out there. Jay Hart and Brunson getting that chemistry back from the last half of the season this year. Now they're in FIBA putting in work. RJ doing what he's doing out there for Canada. It looks real good, man. It looks promising with them guys. And with the way you see Quickly out there in the all season, Quickly is getting it in. I mean, you talking about somebody getting it in on workouts. Quickly is literally getting it in, man. He's all over the place. No matter where he go, he working out. So to Hollywood Quickly, looking like hopefully he have a good season. Quentin Grimes is out there. We see a lot of him out there putting in work. So it's interesting to see what's going on, man. But to me, what's really interesting is that other than the schedule, we talked about these two parts of the show where I'm talking about RJ's. If RJ pop, then this team is legit. If RJ pop on it, because the way I think he can, the way if he could pop this year, that's where I put that up in the show. If RJ pop, are we on top? Question mark. Because if he pop, we should be on top. Because we got 3 cats that really getting it done. You know what I mean? So let's see how that goes. And obviously, Jalen Brunson playing his butt off, man. Obviously he's gonna want to take another step in his career, get ready to get to that super max money in a couple of years. But he's playing well on FIBA as well. I'm excited about this cat, man. What he doing for us, and so we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see if they can put it all together and come as one unit, knock it down, man. And I'm really looking forward to see that. And that 2 guard spot is interesting to me. Josh Hart just got what 18 million something. Now, how did that work with him and Quentin Grimes? So I would love to see how we're going to talk about that in one of the parts of the segment as well, because I put up their numbers and everything. So with him signing that extension, Quentin Grimes, does Hart play the 2? Does he play the 2? Is the team better with him at the 2? Whatever. So it's going to be interesting to see. But that scenario going to be interesting too, because I think between either way it go, one of them 2, the Knicks is in good hands. I really believe that with his experience and but Quentin Grimes can do a lot of them things that Josh Hart can do too. And I think people might not realize that. Right now, Josh Hart shoots the 3 ball better in career, but he's almost 6 years more too, but still. So it's going to be interesting to see how Tibbs got to work with the thing. He got a lot to work with between that 2 guard spot, but we're going to talk about that with them 2 guys, man. I think that's going to be really interesting. But the schedule is out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ready to get into it, man. We're going to be there over the night. Knicks will talk. You already know me and Shop Powell will be in the building, man. That's a gimme. But the Knicks open up against the Boston Celtics, Shop Powers. That's going to be a pretty interesting game right there. I'm looking forward to them getting down, man, because I do think that's going to be one of the like we went to let that had that double overtime. That's when me and you first got to get Boston.
Yeah, man. Woo.
I'm going to tell you how real it is. I remember me and you was at the game at Boston, and I couldn't get the guard a lot wise. His people was in the building. I spoke to the guard a lot wise on the phone. Over the night against Boston, we was in the Mecca, in the arena. So salute to the guard, peace of Allah wise. I spoke to him on the phone, but one of his ALites was there at the game, So that just to go to show you that these years go by. That was 2 years ago, 2020-21 season. So it's phenomenal to still be affiliated with a lot of these guys there. But this Boston game, I've just brought that up not to get off topic, because that's when me and you physically first greet each other, you know what I mean? And so it brings back a lot of memory to see Boston in the building again on opening night with the New York Knicks. I think that's going to be a pretty entertaining one, especially what happened this year with Boston, where Kristaps Porzingis, Jaylen Brown's $300-something million, trading Marcus Smart. So it's going to be interesting on that game, man. And we did what we did. We brought in DiVincenzo. We got guys who got better, so and all this stuff. See how Julius Randle going to come off with injury. So that's going to be an interesting game on the over the night shot. Probably looking forward to that one.
I mean, where to start the season, you know what I mean? And coming out blazing. And one thing that I've known over the last couple of years, the Knicks match up with Boston pretty well. And somehow, some way, they real scrappy against Boston. So I think it's going to be a good way to come out and see where we are, where we ranging ourselves, and if we take our first loss early, or if we start getting this 10 games in a row quick. I mean, so let's see what happens, man. We'll be in the building. It's gonna be a hard, gritty game, and what else can you say? New York against Boston at the Garden, magical.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be lit up in there that night. I mean, listen. New York, the Mecca, Madison Square Garden always lit anyway. But the last time, that double overtime, I was like, yo, that shit was bananas up in there, man. So that just goes to show you the energy that we bring in this Knicks fan base, man. And salute to everybody in the chat. Quiet Money was popping. Piece of the guard a lot wide. My man Danny Land, Fabian, Nick 100 GM, and Knicks a nice CAA was good. King Ribby, everybody. Knicks 1 day, 2 day was good. Yeah, man. But yeah, that Boston game gonna be interesting, man. So what? I look at this here. What they gonna be? What they got up going against them? As you will see, excuse me. We got Boston that first game, and what's interesting about that? Let's look at the Boston and New York Knicks. For how the way they matched up with each other as a team, man. And we get a pop from there. If you look at our lineup, they line up, ladies and gentlemen. Julius Randle, obviously Jalen Brunson, R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, obviously between Jay Hart and Quentin Grimes, shot power. They rolling out Porzingis, probably Jason Tatum, probably Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and Malcolm Brogdon. That starting five so against Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, Jalen Brunson, Mitchell Robinson, and I'm just gonna go Quentin Grimes against that team over there. I like that team. I'm good with that. I don't fear nothing over there. I really don't. And them some solid players. Lord, you got almost an emerging superstar. You got another one that's possible being that Kristaps Porzingis if he get to come back off that plantar fasciitis. I think he'd be ready for the season. They say. Then you got Derek White and Malcolm Brogdon most likely. So that's going to be a pretty interesting game right there, man. Julius Randle obviously be going up against I would say Jason Tatum, Mitchell Robinson, Kristaps Porzingis, Jaylen Brown, RJ, Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White against Jalen Brunson, and let's say Quentin Grimes for now, shot powers. And I think we got a strong enough bench. They got a pretty good bench, but I think I was strong as well. I think Knicks got a real good strong bench this year because they so intertwined. They could play multiple positions. They got guys who could play a lot of positions or kind of quickly can play the 1-2. Hart can play the 2-3 or whatever. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of interesting the way the Knicks got this thing lined up. And then DiVincenzo probably could play the 1-2 if need be. So I think they got a lot of interchangeable parts in the Knicks second unit. I think they got one of the best in the league. But that's what's going to happen opening night. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, this team has a lot of players that can play 1-3 easy, and we got a lot of players that can play 2-4 easy. And I mean, there's a couple of guys that can play different positions to fill in for different guys to help out. You know what I mean? One of the big things about the Knicks against Boston is always going to be a big game, and we get to see if it was the right thing that we did, that not trying to pursue. Porzingis really wanted to go to Boston anyway. It kind of seems like that. So, but we got to come out there with our best foot forward, and soon you'll start seeing all these guys looking like action figures. They're gonna be all chiseled up. Randall's already out there doing his thing. Brunson's doing it in fever. RJ's looking. I don't know. Is it just me? Or does RJ look like he's bigger? Like he's just bigger. He just looks bigger. I watched a couple of the FIBA games. He just looks bigger. I don't know, but Josh Hart had a real good game the other night. He didn't. I don't think he scored any baskets, but he had like 9 rebounds, like 4 or 5 assists, 2 or 3 steals. He was doing his thing. You know what I mean? Doing what the team needs, and that's exactly what Josh Hart does. And I think we have a shot to do some good things this year. We basically have the same team that we had last year, aside from Obi Toppin. We just I guess we're gonna fill in DiVincenzo with his minutes, them 14 to 17 minutes that Obi Toppin was getting. So I mean, pretty much the same team that we had last year, and the team that we had last year started out of the gate slow with that 11-man rotation, and it went to that 10-man rotation. They stayed with that 10-man rotation for a while, and then it went to that 9-man rotation, and then we really started cooking. So right now, I'm pretty sure we're going to come out with somewhat of that 9-man rotation that we had last year. Maybe they may make a couple of substitutions in the lineup as the season goes on and stuff like that. But I think we got a good chance of coming out the gate already knowing our guys, already knowing who the 5 is, and everybody's got a little older and a bigger chip on their shoulder this year. And the biggest thing with this team, and I'll say it this whole year, is them hitting free throws and them playing about 36 plus from that 3-point line. Anything over 36% and anything over 79% for free throw shooting, we're going to win a whole lot of more games this year.
And let me tell you, if everybody on their Bobby Marks, he got the Knicks in the Phoenix Suns in the finals. So if you hear Bobby Marks on ESPN, but I understand what he's saying though, because you do have to put the Knicks up there with the Boston, the Milwaukees, and all these guys. You do have to put the Knicks up there, man. And like I said, they was a couple of this and that away from the finals last year. I mean, from the Eastern Conference Finals, I meant to say. So I think this team, you got to give them they respect. I mean, anything can happen in the course of the season with basketball. So, but as they probably constructed, the Knicks got one of the better benches in the NBA, one of the better benches in the NBA, and we still could make it even better. We got probably at least now, if not above average starting five in the league. I mean, if you don't think that Jalen Brunson, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, even Mitchell Robinson is respected around the league at that center spot. You know what I mean? Because the way he hold cats down there, and he keep allowing some of these best centers in the league with minimal numbers sometimes. You know what I mean? Except for the superstar going to get there, but he make it hard on everybody. So, it might not be the numbers with him shot out, but he's respected amongst his peer group when they going up against him every night. They know this cat going to stand down there defending for the Knicks in the paint. So we got some talent down there, and we got Quentin Grimes defending the way he defended in the backcourt. So I can understand why people say the Knicks is one of them type of teams that can get to that thing if everything would have to fall in place like 100%. But I think they got the quality of talent to get there, man. Because like I said, last year we was just another player away, or a couple of guys having good games away from doing what we did. So I think that I don't think that's hyperbole that they say about this team. So if everything fall in line, RJ pop the way we think he can, and everything else fall in line, I think we got a good shot. So I think the schedule thing gonna be important coming out of there. We got Atlanta that next game after that, man. That's gonna be really interesting too because I think a lot of people sleeping on Atlanta, but we got the Hawks coming up at the game after that. Then we got the Pelicans. That's a back-to-back. We go from Atlanta to New Orleans, ladies and gentlemen. That's a back-to-back right there. Then we got Cleveland, a back-to-back with Cleveland 3 days later, rather. So we go from Boston at the Garden. We got Atlanta in Atlanta. Then we go to New Orleans. Zion looking crazy right now. Like he trying to get his game on in back this year. Then we got Donovan Mitchell and them home and away, a back-to-back, October 31st and the 1st. That should be interesting. Then we got a couple of days off. Then we got Milwaukee away. We got the home. We got the Clippers at home, and then we got the San Antonio Spurs. Wananamba being in the building. Wanayamba, whatever. But he'd be in the building. And we got Charlotte. So we come out the gate with a pretty interesting schedule. I would say, man. I'm hoping these guys can come in healthy. I don't know how much is going to play with the Julius Randle situation with his ankle injury. Is he coming back at the beginning of the season? Who knows yet? But he out there really getting it in, though. At least off the court workouts. We have to see how it is when he puts power on it and everything. We'll see how it goes, man. But I'm super excited that these guys really got a good team to go out there and battle, man. So what you think about the Atlanta game coming for the Knicks after that Boston game on the schedule?
Devon, as I said last year, I don't fear none of these teams in the East. You know what I mean? And we fared very well with a lot of the teams in the East last year. And I think we're going to do somewhat the same this year. I mean, the Hawks, they're trying to figure it out and all this other stuff, but we already fitted. We already fitted like a cat. You know what I mean? And I think Atlanta, we didn't have a problem with last year. We didn't have a problem with Boston last year, and I think that's gonna stay full. The same fall from last year to this year is gonna take place. I think we're gonna go out there. Brunson is gonna be a different type of animal this year, man. And like I said, if we get the hints of Brunson that I see the way he's starting to play in FIBA right now. And the pop from RJ, we're going to be a totally different team. We get a little boost from Quentin Grimes and Mitchell Robinson with a turnaround jump shot or even hitting about 65% from the free throw land. We're going to be a different type of team, and the big man Julius Randle is going to try to get out there, try to be all-star, all-NBA this year. So. But it's not too many power forwards in the league that can contend against Julius Randle. Let that be known. I mean, top 15 in the NBA this year. You know what I mean? That says something about a New York Knicks. And possibly we might have 2 players in that thing, and maybe even a most improved player this year. You know, the accolades I think will probably lay up. I think we'll have 1 or 2 All Stars, 1 or 2 top 15 in this year, and we may even have a most improved player award, maybe even a 6-man award. So we got a lot of things to look forward to this year. And if the guys come out like I think they will, I think we'll be a master class New York Knicks team this year.
Yeah, I tell you, man. Like the second game, against Atlanta, gonna be pretty interesting down there in the ATL, in Atlanta. You look at what those cats got going on with their team. Obviously Trey Young, Clint Capella, DeAndre Hunter. Obviously, know my man. What's my man name? Went out there to Utah. John Collins. John Collins out there in Utah now. He went in that trade. So obviously, Bogdan, Devontae Murray, and then I think this cat gonna be up on the come up. Okwangu, I think he's gonna be by this time, man. So they got a pretty solid squad down there. They fell short last year where they tried to get to. So they're gonna be looking to come back a little bit more hungry and all that good stuff. And we're gonna see what Quinn Snyder gonna do with this group of guys they got. Quinn Snyder, obviously coming off of Utah with Donovan Mitchell and all them. He took over that team last year, I think halfway through, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna see where Quinn Snyder, where his coaching gonna do, because they didn't finish the season well. They didn't really show improve to me. At the end of the season, that's why I think they didn't make it to where they would to the playoffs or whatever. So, or the play-in, I think Miami and them got to the play-in and Miami beat them or something like that. So they got a lot of stuff. They got Sadiq Bey down there. Patty Mills went over there, sharpshooter. We're gonna see they got a pretty good team, man. But for me, I still take the Knicks over. Here's why, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just gonna explain myself. Jalen Brunson could do what Trey Young do. Am I right or wrong? Julius Randle could do who you want to use, Devontae Murray. Okay, I think Julius Randle could do what he do and more. Julius Randle and some. The RJ and DeAndre Hunter, RJ could do what DeAndre Hunter do. You know what I mean? Mitchell Robinson, Clint Capella. That I think that's about a 50-50 thing right there in a sense. But then, they benched Patty Mills, got a little age on him. Okwangu makes a difference for them, I think, if he's going to be that backup center, him and Hartenstein. So that should be a good competition right there. Patty Mills, obviously a veteran sharpshooter, San Antonio, Brooklyn, you name it. But he got 3-point range. Sadiq Bey can get it. He can get it as well. So I think they got a pretty good team, and I know they got something to prove coming into this year. So we're gonna have to see how they go. Bruno Fernando there, Jalen Johnson. You want AJ Griffin out of Duke. I think he's an up and coming young player. So they got a lot of Wesley Matthews, the veteran there. Garrison Matthews could light it up from downtown. He's a sharpshooter. Trent Ford. So we'll see what they're gonna do. But for the Knicks, I still think that how would I say, our winning type of quality player. Like I think DiVincenzo makes a difference. Josh Hart makes a difference. Emmanuel Quickly makes a difference. Marcus Stein makes a difference with that second unit. I think we got a good, solid second unit that you can plug anybody in there, whether it's whoever it may be, Knight, I guess, Roby, I guess, whoever it can be. Knight, I meant to say, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. So Knight and all these guys. So we got a 4 solids backup four there. So I'm pretty good with the Knicks against Atlanta Hawks. I don't have a problem with that. I think we could do what we do against them. They got a lot to prove, so they got to see it. But right now, we went further than they went last year. So we got to really see. I'm gonna get an add to the Knicks right now. We got to see what Quinn Snyder gonna do with this brunch. And when Quinn Snyder can get him to play the way Quinn Snyder wanted to play, then they got a really good. They really got a good chance to do this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I don't fear any of the teams in the East, and I think now that Julius Randle has a team around him, not like when we were in the finals. I mean, in the playoffs with them a couple of years back. He has a team around him, and Julius said this himself. Jalen Brunson made him better, and I think this year is really going to be emphasis on Jalen Brunson making the team better this year. So Atlanta, they do have some young guys, and we do match up well against these guys, but I think we have the advantage by our second unit plus Jalen Brunson is just not having it this year. I think he's going to go super duper crazy. I think if Julius doesn't make the All-Star team, I'm pretty sure Brunson will make it this year. He is a known commodity around the league now. Players are loving to play with him. All the Fever players are talking highly about him. The coach Kerr is talking highly about him. This guy is a born leader, and I think he's gonna lead us this year. And I think another thing, like I said, like last year, I don't think we're gonna start off slow as we did last year. I think we'll be a quicker paced team and more wins on our belt.
Yeah, real talk. I just want to drop bring in something. See that chat right there, Robert? I was telling y'all earlier, me and Robert, first day, opening night, 2020-21 season. I interviewed my brother Robert, man. Me and KJ, we was in the garden doing interviews, for Knicks Real Talk. Robert Woodward, my man, same night 2 years ago, right in the building. Literally got the video and here, and I'll show it to y'all one day. Man got the Harlem World jersey on. Salute to my man Robert. It was Liddy, my brother. We was in the building on that. We Knicks Real Talk being there again. But yeah, salute to my man Robert. It was Liddy, my brother. We was up in there that night, man. So we'll be doing it again in 2022-25. So I just wanted to put my brother out there. Rob was a good man. So I know, hopefully we hope to get to see you, Rob, again, and we get it popping. But back to the matter at hand, man. Atlanta's nice. They got something to prove, but right now you got to put the Knicks in front of them because we were always in front of them last year. Not saying they can't be in front of us. I don't think so. I think we ready to get it popping, man. So yeah, Rob, we'll make that happen for sure, man, for sure. And I'll hit you up, man, and we get some digits exchange, man, and we make it happen. Shop power, but Atlanta nice. So I wouldn't take, I gotta give them they flower. They're gonna try to do their thing. But then we go to New Orleans. Zion looking crazy this year, bro. The Knicks on October 28th, the day after Atlanta, that's a back-to-back. We go out to New Orleans, man. See if we can get the gumbo popping. Because they're going to be in the building pretty. Him and Brandon Ingram, Zion, McCollum. I mean, they cats got a good team down there. Walker, all these dudes, man. They're going to come. That's going to be a tough game out there, man. So the Atlanta game should be, that New Orleans game should be interesting. But Shop Powell, what you? I take the victory at Boston. I'm gonna take that victory at open night. Definitely gonna take it. I think we're gonna go ahead and this is two. We got 3 games of three away games: Atlanta, New Orleans, and Cleveland.
We had a lot of away games this year. Seems sooner than last year. We got a lot of away games. We got a nice set. So it's the second half of the year, but we got the whole month of December, if I'm not mistaken, we almost away. But I think we beat Boston. I think we beat Atlanta. I think we fare well against New Orleans. I think we could beat Cleveland 2 times in a row. So I'm already got us on a winning streak from the gate. I think that's what I'm hoping that what can happen this year. Out of the first 10 games, I hope we can win 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I definitely do. I'm gonna come out the gate at the first 3 games. I mean, I got the Knicks. I'm gonna go to him. I think we win over the night. I think we win in Atlanta and we lose in New Orleans. I got the Knicks 2-1 in the first 3 games. I think they go down to New Orleans. My man Noriega got 10-0, no losses. Okay, whoever. If I see more pluses than minuses, then I change my mind. If the wins out for the people in the chat outweigh the losses, then I'm gonna go with the people in the chat and you. I got it going like that. I go with you guys. But for now, I got Knicks beat Boston. They beat Atlanta. They lose to New Orleans. They bounce back. And it don't change from 2020 the playoffs this year. We beat Cleveland. So I got a 4-1 in the first 4 games, Shot Powers. I think we lose to New Orleans. Because the reason I say that I'm only saying that all depending on how Julius Randle come back. So how Julius Randle come back off the injury? Is he 100% a go? Is he 100% a go coming out of training camp? Is he going to even do training camp? I don't know the status on his injury. So if I had to say right now, with him there, we go. I go 3-1. Without him there, I go 2-2. Yeah, so this gonna be interesting, man. Like the Cleveland game, that's a revenge game for the Cavaliers. Powers, you know how they want to do it. We gave them the business in the playoffs, so you know Cleveland gonna want to come out there and really get it popping against us, man. They got something to show.
That's the first 50-point game of the season from Jalen Brunson against Cleveland. First 50-point game.
You heard that on Knicks Real Talk. Shy Powers, August the 19th. Jalen Brunson 50. Yeah, I don't think they didn't do nothing major they didn't make any major moves. I don't think. Excuse me, not major. I think they made some significant moves with Strauss and from Miami. I thought that was a good pickup for them. They picked up somebody else too, but that Strauss pickup was good. They got another shooter, shot power down in Cleveland to help them space the floor out there with Garland and Mitchell and them guys. But that was a good acquisition for them because that we killed them in the playoffs with that part of their game, the 3-point shooting. Nick defense clamped them down in the playoffs. So they went and added some shooters out there to their team. And I think that's going to help Cleveland as well. I think Nang, thank you, my man, Nick 100. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, Nang from the 76ers. So, I mean, they just brought in 2 excellent 3-point shooters percentage-wise, and they can knock them down. So, let's see how that's going to do, what that's going to do for Mobley and them to open up that spot down there. Now you got all those shooters around Evan Mobley and them and Jared Allen. Let's see what you're going to do with that. Can you exploit a lot of teams now with them having them shooters out there? So Cleveland going to be a little different from an offense standpoint with some certified knockdown shooters. And Nang and Strauss are certified. I like Strauss. He got dog in him. So I think that cat going to make a difference for them. So. But I think we also added something that can help us out well. You know what I mean? By adding subtraction, obviously we lose Obi Toppin and bring in DiVincenzo. So I mean, DiVincenzo do what them guys do, and is a better defender than Nang and my man Strauss. So DiVincenzo to me gives me an edge up there because he could do what they do from a outside perspective, but he's a dog and he can play defense as well. So see, to me, even though they picked up them guys, we picked up DiVincenzo, so their team don't get that better than ours guy. You know what I mean? I just think that. It's pretty much part of the course. So we'll see how it goes. I think Cleveland, we definitely gonna put some work in with them. I got the Knicks legitimately, man. If everything stay right, nobody get injured, and I think this team definitely comes out much better, even better than the past season's team. The Knicks team is better than the past season's team for a lot of reasons. To me, the experience, number one. The growth of these guys and what they're doing, and I think the DiVincenzo acquisition helps. Josh Hart, a year acquisition of Josh Hart makes it different than a half a season at the trading deadline. Now you get Josh Hart for a whole year, you know what I mean, a whole season. So and him and DiVincenzo are going to give us what McBride couldn't give us, or at times Fournier couldn't give us, or whoever the case may be. I think DiVincenzo, along with Josh Hart and Quickly, I think this team is much better than they were. I think Quickly comes back hungry. I think he's gonna put it down. Hope Quentin Grimes put it down. We know what our other players are gonna do. But that's why we put RJ in here, and that's the next segment. We're talking about the next. If RJ pop, we on top. If RJ give us consistent games through the whole season, then that's a different Knicks team. It's a different Knicks team. If RJ Barrett stay consistent this year from a percentage standpoint, that's a whole different Knicks team than the past season. If he do what he did in the playoffs, coming through the regular season, the Knicks is definitely a much better team they were last year. So I like that thing. So it all got to fall into place. But I like our chances though, I like the Knicks' chances, man. But that first 4 games coming out the gate, I got us going 3-1, and I think they could do it.
Yeah. The pop with RJ Barrett is, I think he's gonna. I'm hoping that he has that step up type of mentality that he's playing in FIBA right now, and see where Tom Thibodeau wants to place him this year to play basketball. And I mean that's the biggest thing. If RJ pops, we're looking at three guys in our starting lineup is going to possibly can get us about 24 points a night a piece. I mean, we're looking at what's that, 72 for 8, 12, 72 points. And I mean 72 points from 3 players in our starting unit. So if RJ is more consistent from the 3, a better percentage from his 10 to 15 feet away from the basket, and can knock down almost 80% from his free throw line, he's a different player than he was last year. And I don't know, looking at him at FIBA, the guy just looks a little bit more solid. You know what I mean? He looks like the moves that he's making to the hole are more defined. He's arching that shot when he shoots the shot. He leaves his hand out there a little bit more, but he's starting to pop off that 3-point shot. If we get a consecutive RJ Barrett, 40, let's say 46, 46, 36, and 80 at the free throw line, you gotta win the chicken dinner.
Mm-hmm. Hey Fabian, quick question. Let me ask you a question. Hold that up there. I noticed that I don't have a problem with that neither, because Grimes normally plays. He kind of guards all the best wings out there anyway, and he does. And I like RJ's size against a lot of 2s in the league. You know what I mean? So, and I kind of think it kind of happens like that. Fabian, every now and then I notice Tibbs he'll put Grimes on Jason Tatum and put RJ on somebody else. So it's kind of like he doing it already. But I do agree with you. I don't have a problem with putting him at the 2. I think that because it's positionless basketball nowadays, and I think that Tibbs was doing that last year. I think he just, we know Quentin Grimes is the stopper in that first unit. He legitimately takes on the best player on everybody's team. I don't care other than the center, and he got that 1, 2, and 3 locked down for us when we get ready to throw the ball up on the court. Whoever the best player on that court in the 1, 2, and 3 spot in that game, Quentin Grimes, he's guarding him. So that's just cool to show you. But I do, so I don't have a problem with that, because he does play a lot of the wings in the league. Fabian, you dead on with that, man. Thank you for the chat. And so that RJ, I think this year the way he's playing in FIBA right now, he's real aggressive in FIBA. He's shooting well, but that's always he's always had that guy. He was always that guy who's gonna get better. And now we got to see if by getting better, it's percentages, like you said. I don't have a problem with nothing. RJ got $100 million for the Knicks for a reason. You know what I mean? Let's keep it 100. No matter what we might not like his game or like his game, the Knicks gave him $100 million for a reason. You know what I mean? Because they believe in him. If RJ wasn't, then the Knicks, even though they still trade him, don't get me wrong, because anybody get traded, but they did get the man his money, and he been a rookie year 14, second year 17, third year 20. You know what I mean? Last year 19. I think that got a lot to do with his percentage wasn't good, his field goal percentage, and Jalen Brunson's acquisition. But man, the brother been putting numbers up ever since he came into the NBA. And but the way he look at FIBA right now, he got the bully ball going in FIBA. The corner 3 looks pretty good. He's making some real good plays for them, man. And because normally SGA would be out there popping right now. You know what I mean? But RJ doing little things, and that's what it's about. Because it's really about he playing against some NBA competition. Some they playing against pros. These are not no outside on a pickup game type of cats he's doing this against. These teams got schemes, they got defenses, they got all that. So he playing organized basketball, and with him and Dalen Brooks and them guys, and RJ playing pretty well, man. Hitting clutch shot.
Am I not mistaken? Is RJ playing the shooting guard in FIBA right now? He's a shooting guard right now, right?
If they run an SGA at the point, I would say so, because of Murray went down. Murray not playing, obviously. So he might be at the 2. He might be at the 2 because Dalen Brooks is there, unless they got Dalen Brooks at the 2 and RJ at the 3. They might got 3 if Dalen Brooks is. I think Dalen Brooks is. I think SGA, Dalen Brooks, RJ, and there's 2 other cats I have to look at that's playing. But he definitely he's playing some good ball out there, man. And he working hard. He look good, man. Look big, strong. So if he playing the 2, he said yes. RJ is the 2. Thank you, Fabian. Appreciate you, my man.
He looks like he's playing. I think like 1.5. I think one game one game I kind of watched and some highlights, and it looked like he's playing the 2 position. It looked like he was playing it pretty well. You know what I mean? Aside from the first game that he had, he was a little off. But ever since I've been watching, I seen one game I switched back and forth, and but he was looking it was one of the YouTube things, they was playing the game, but he looked pretty good to me. I don't know. I think he was playing the 2 position. If he's at the 2, and that's the next segment. I won't even jump. I won't jump the ship yet. Give me 10 minutes, Devon. I'll be right back. Like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, yes, sir. Salute to the chat, everybody. Drip more. What's good, my man? Drip more in the building. Fabian, Nick 100 the chat. Norican, salute to you, my man. Fabian, everybody, salute. Yeah, man. RJ Barrett, a big year for him. He just got the contract, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first year of that $20-something million deal. So I'm quite sure he's gonna want to earn it and show and prove. That's why I think we got, people don't sleep on RJ. Now RJ about to play for that money that he's playing. He's playing for $20-something million now. You know what I mean? So he gonna have to put up $20 million worth of money. I think RJ I think it could be a good if RJ get out there and earn that contract, which I think he will. Then this gonna be a pretty good team. I think they'd be a pretty good team, man. If RJ pop, we in the building, man. I truly believe that. So let's see. I mean, he working out there, man. He doing his thing. The Knicks took care of RJ. RJ took care of the Knicks, man. The young man, they drafted him at 3 overall. Been to the playoffs twice already. And I think a lot of people underestimate that about ball players. RJ Barrett been in the league 4 years, played 4 years, and been to the playoffs twice. So that's what the type of player you want, man. This cat already he came in the second year in the league, the cat in the playoffs. You can't ask for more than that with a team that wasn't that good. Remember he came in with the pretty much the David Fizdale rebuild type stuff, whatever, other than Luke Morris and Bobby Portis and all them guys. But you know what? The second year, Tibbs take over. Julius Randle is on board with him the second year. Him and Julius Randle and Derrick Rose and a bunch of other players get him to 41 wins. So salute to RJ, man. He been hanging around this thing doing it, man. Him and Julius Randle been doing it for a minute together, man. They done got us here twice. So let's see if they can take us another step further. I think it won for Julius Randle ankle injury this summer. The past season. If it wasn't for that, I think the Knicks, him and RJ would have probably went to the 3rd round. So salute to RJ Barrett, man, for hanging in here in New York with all us knowledgeable basketball fans and everybody, man, always critiquing everything. But he stayed the course, man. He took the highs and the lows, stayed even kill, and he did. He put up some good numbers, man. So he been growing every year. His maturation has been pretty good to see since he walked on the stage with that pink suit and in 2018, 19, whatever the case may be, and he been a Knick ever since. You know what I mean? And he really getting it, man. So I'm excited, man. Yeah, you're right. Dripmore, they sure have. They haven't lived up to their expectations for sure. But Zion looked crazy this year, though. Dripmore, I don't hope. I mean, it looked like he's coming out there to prove something. But you're right, though. Them first 2 draft picks over RJ Barrett, John Moran is John Moran. But the things that he's going through. But RJ so far had the more stable and best impacts for me so far. But John Moran been getting it too, though, man. I ain't gonna knock the man because of what he's going through. But John Moran been getting it though. But RJ been putting it in. So let's hope that. He take another step. RJ helped get us to the top. We're not saying we're no championship, but I do believe if RJ come off, Julius Randle do what Julius Randle do, Brunson do what Brunson do, with the pieces that we got around these guys, I think if RJ give us 20 a game, it's definitely gonna be back to with some consistency on from a what I would say percentage standpoint. We good. So let's see how it goes with him, man. But I'm excited about this team so far, man. I like what we did last year. I had us at 45 wins. They have 47, so I'm happy about that. I definitely see them cracking the 50 plateau this year. I just think that this team is solid. They just got to do one more thing, man. Obviously, get Evan Fournier out of here. See, once you get Fournier out of here, to me, and you already got Obi Toppin moved on, you don't have the guys whose energy is not really happy energy. That's what I'm going to put it that way. That's not happy energy because they wasn't getting the time they wanted. Obi then wasn't getting the time he wanted, so he wasn't really happy. Fournier wasn't getting the time he wanted, so he's not happy. Derrick Rose, he over there in Memphis. So you got a lot of energy, unhappy players moved on, and now they can focus on just, that what's around them. So I'm definitely going to hope that these guys come out here and just do what they do, man. They do what they do, then I think we'd be good to go. So I think the main thing is that RJ got to be there. So if Jalen Brunson or Julius Randle not having one of them nights, RJ can have a night that and to pick up the slack. Usually that's how it worked out last year. I think Shaw Powell just said best. At the nights that Julius Randle and Brunson had to go on, RJ didn't one night. Then the other night it might be RJ Barrett and Brunson got to go on and Randle didn't. Or one night it might be Randle and RJ and Brunson didn't have it. But that's the beauty of having three players like that who can, when one of them off, you got two still can win a game for you. And I think that's what the Knicks did with these three players, man. So I'm really looking forward to RJ to really getting it, man. Show and prove that you got that $107 million with the Senators, man, and just go show and prove. That's all. I think he'd do it. So we'll see how it goes. But RJ was I'm looking forward to his maturation, man. He's been working, he's been playing good ball over in Canada. Let's see if he can make it translate to the NBA over the season and on, and see if they can get the Knicks where we got to go, man. I want to see this team get to the Eastern Conference Finals. It's going to be tough. I don't know what Giannis is going to be with the Giannis knee coming off the knee injury. They got pretty stacked over there, but them Boston, I ain't never scared. I just don't. I think that team is not big enough to worry me when it comes to Boston. I think Julius Randle could do what Jason Tatum could do. I think my man Jalen Brunson could do what Tatum and Brown could do, and RJ could do what them cats do. So I think we got three guys can get it just like they can get it. Randle could drop 40 on you at any time. Brunson could drop 40 on you. RJ could drop 30-something, 40 on you on a certain night. So I like our chances against teams like that, and even with Cleveland, you got Darius Garland, Mobley, and Donovan Mitchell. We got Jalen Brunson, Randle, and and RJ. We could go on and on. I mean, no matter what team we play in the East, and we match up against any team when it comes to talent. You take any top three in the East. I don't care what players you pick. You want to pick Harden, Embiid, and Maxey. I still think Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, and RJ just as good as them. You understand what I'm trying to say? So with the strong bench that we got, and if all these players come to play this year, I don't knock that they won't get to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think we just got enough talent to get there. The past season, we just missed it, man. We really did. A quick ankle injury from Randle, and a couple of guys having off playoffs quickly them because he didn't get away. He didn't play the 6-man type of basketball that he played in regular season. But let's hope that these guys come back, and we got. I think we're stronger now with DiVincenzo than Obi Toppin. Obi, not hating on Obi Toppin, but Obi Toppin not DiVincenzo on the defense side of the ball. He don't play like because of lack of opportunity. Not hating on Obi Toppin, but I think my man done won at every level. He won in college. He won in the pros. DiVincenzo done won rings on all levels, like Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart. These cats won rings, except for Josh Hart. This is the first playoffs last year, so. But we got a really good winning culture in there. Randle won to win, RJ won to win. These cats is locked in, man. So I'm excited about it. Let's see how it goes. But I do think it all revolves around if RJ can come up consistently this year, and we can see how it goes, man. But other than that 2-guard spot, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about it. It was interesting to me. How do y'all feel about that 2-guard situation with Hart and Grimes? What do you guys feel about it? Do you think that Grimes should remain the starter, or do you think my man Jay Hart should get in there and get it popping, man? Shaw Powell, what do you think about that 2-guard situation?
I'm gonna say it like this. I mean, there's a couple of things on the net that I've seen, and I thought this last year. If you watch the games in the playoffs, the team that you would see out there would be RJ and Jay Hart out there together. And if you put RJ at the 2 and put Jay Hart at the 3, you either way, if you want to put Jay Hart at the 2 or leave RJ at the 3, you still have a good mix of basketball. You know what I mean? Jay Hart does what you need to do, but I still think that 2 positions should be Quentin Grimes. And I think Quentin Grimes, you give him the shot to come back his 3rd year in the league, 2nd year to be a starter in the NBA, and I think he's going to come out there and terrorize the league this year. He's going to be one of the people that we talk about shining stars, maybe most improved player from last year. 18 points and 85% at the line and 40% from the 3-point line. You know what I mean? Something like that. Some crazy numbers I think he's going to put up this year. So he's one of our sleepers, and I think that you know, I mean, right now I know Tom Thibodeau is starting Quentin Grimes. That is I believe Quentin Grimes is going to be the starter. I don't think RJ is going to move down to the 2, or they're going to take Quentin Grimes to put him in the second unit to put Josh Hart as a starter. So I think Quentin Grimes comes out and has a better year than he has last year. I think like I said, 17, 18 points a night, probably 5-6 rebounds a night, probably 3 to 4 assists a night. And I think his whole timeline, his whole play stat line is going to change this season.
I tell you what, man, if he get you, listen, if Quentin Grimes gets you 18, 17 a game, the Knicks will get to the Eastern Conference Final. Ain't no way to say it. You know what I mean? When you look at his numbers last year, he had his career, his numbers the past season, was better than by 2 points. He 11.3, 9.2 his career. Got another rebound better last year. Got another assist better. PER is still real low though. That 11.7, that's scary. But I think that PER go up this year. Remember he came out the gate with a foot injury, things of that nature. So but he's a guy that fits what we have there from the shooting standpoint. I like him at the 2 spot for New York. He takes on the best defenders out there. I don't care from the 1 to the 3. And that's what's scary about this team to me. I know people don't see a lot of the name talent like that, but think about what this cat do on every night in the NBA. He literally goes out there and guards the best 1 to 3 player on any team in the NBA. He do it every night. He is the Knicks' best defender in that starting lineup. You know what I mean? And you got a tough task to defend some of the best talent in the NBA or at the 1, 2, 3. I mean, you got talent in the NBA all over, but when you got to guard the Bradley Bills, I seen them throw them on Tatum. I seen them throw them on a lot of cats. You know what I mean? You name it. Anytime you see a Knicks player in a team with a good player that's at the 1 and 3, Tibbs puts Quentin Grimes on. That just shows you how much respect he has for what he do. So you take a defense alone, but I'll be happy with 15 a game this year. Being that we got guys who light up like RJ and them, I take 15, 5 and 3. And that PER jump up to about 15. He can give me 15, 5 and 3. And that PER is around 15, 4 points better than what it is now. That means his efficiency is much better than it was, the past season. I like him there. But Josh Hart is another guy to me that you can't sleep on him neither. But I think Tibbs like what he got there. But at the same time, Josh Hart got $18 million. And they're gonna be that Lou Williams type money come off the bench. You know what I mean? Who knows? But I'm good with Quentin Grimes there. I hope this is a big year for Quentin Grimes. I want to see him go out there and make it pop, get it popping, man. Real talk. Salute to the Queen, sister. What's good with you? Salute to the Queen, man. Y'all know that Dose Soul Sports Talk in the building, man. NBK all day, every day. What's good, sister? Hope all is well with you. I see you at the or at least on day at the hip hop joint. So you always representing Queen. Salute to you. Salute to hip hop, man. 50 years, you know how we do, man. It's what it is, man. Hip hop is in the building, man. Like I said, I'm a hip hop as well, man. That's life for us, man. It's a way of life. Salute to hip hop. 50 years. It's all good. Keep it going, and we keep it moving, man. But yeah, salute to King Ribby. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Quite a nice Saturday night, man. We just talking Knicks schedule, talking that 2-guard thing between Quentin Grimes and Josh Hart. I'm in favor right now, keeping it with Quentin Grimes, but Josh Hart bringing a lot of intangible to the table. True Swiss Army knife. I meant to say. He gets it in all aspects, man. He's not good at one. He's not great at one thing. He's good at a lot of things. You know what I mean? And that's impressive to me. When you got guys who could pretty much get out there and get a popping rebounding, scoring, you name it. Josh Hart numbers last year. Like look at his PER. That prime example: 9.10, almost 10 points a game, almost 8 rebounds, almost 4 assists. PER 14. I want to see Quentin Grimes get up there and a little higher. I would love to see, and that like RJ. RJ got a 12-point PER. I want to see RJ PER shot power about 17. RJ got 17. Oh my, it's over. It's over. If RJ get the 12, get the 17, I'm gonna say PER rating for now. He gonna be getting that 20 million today. He gonna be worth that 23 million. So, but Josh Hart, getting back to him, Shaw Powell, that's like a triple threat right there. You know what I mean? He that's almost putting you up to triple double kind of carry because he can get it. If he would be a little bit more, let's say, that handing out, distributing the ball, which I can understand why the Knicks don't do it because they got a lot of ISO players per se. So, but his numbers is impressive though. And I think people don't realize. I think I put this up earlier, and if you really look at his his 3-point percentage over his career, he was around what 30 something percent, 35%. You know what I mean? So, and that's another thing. See, people, he don't take a lot. But he make the ones that he shoot. Like Josh Hart don't have he got a good 3-point shot. He might be hesitant at times, but he still can shoot the ball though. I mean, he got a good percentage going on from there in his career in some instances, man. At one time he shot 2021 37%. For the first time I think 39% in 2017. He almost shot 40% from there. Then he got shot in 2021. He shot 37%. Then it kind of tapered off. But I think when you work like he do, like he's the one of them ball players that kind of works. You know what I mean? So I'm quite sure he's working on his 3-point shot like a lot of them do. But yeah, but I like Quentin Grimes, and I think he just fits that. How would I say? He fits what we doing with the type of player that we have. With Brunson, RJ, and Randall, you need a guy who could really shoot the three when he on. In that starting lineup. I have no problem with either way. That's a good problem to have to me because that's why I think people are sleeping on Manu Quickly, Josh Hart, and DiVincenzo. Let me tell you, the one thing I love about that, all them cats can defend. They all defenders, and they all can shoot the three. So I think with Hart back in that 5 spot, whoever's going to be that 4 spot for Knicks. But I do love Manu Quickly if he, him, DiVincenzo and Hart, that's a nightmare for a lot of defense second units, believe it or not, because we know both of them guys, Josh Hart and Quickly, can start on a lot of teams. Think about it; them cats can start on some basketball teams in the NBA. I know Quickly can, and I know Hart can. He had. So you're not getting you get some high quality second unit players on the Knicks. You know what I mean? And that's real talk because these cats can really play. So. I think that's going to be interesting with that 2-guard spot, man. And I think so. I'm good either way, but I do think I like Quentin Grimes there. I think this year Quentin Grimes got to just come out there, man, and put it all together on his 3rd year. He got to start. Quentin Grimes is about to go into bag chasing mode, Shot Powers. You know what I mean? And when cats start getting in bag chasing mode because he's going into his 3rd year, he need to really show proof he want to get the money that he really want to get in the NBA. So I'm really looking forward to this guy having a bounce back year. Looking to be able to sustain himself in the NBA and get some money because he's definitely a 2-way player. I like the way he played. And let's see, man. But I think we got to stick with Quentin Grimes for me. I just think that we need to keep him there and let Josh Hart and them cats anchor that second unit with Quickly in them, man. That's gonna be interesting. I want to see all these benches in the NBA when you got them hound dogs like that, man. Quickly defense got better over the years. Josh Hart always been a good defender. DiVincenzo always been a pesky good dog defender. He got it in him too. Hard to defend. So I don't know who's going to be the 4 for the Knicks, but defense win it, man. And them cats can get it at both sides. Quickly going to be the main dude in that second unit, Shot Powers. So who gonna be that guy in the Knicks in the second unit that's gonna fill a scoring punch with Quickly? I know, like I said, Josh Hart only 10 points a game, whatever. He might go up now. DiVincenzo, depending on how many he get. But who's going to be that next? We need another 14 or 15 point per game score to me in that second unit. One of them cats to raise his level up to 15, 16 a game. Okay, then I'm good. But if you keep the numbers where they are right now, I think we need to put somebody in there with Quickly who can get us another 15. We do that, then I think we're saying something. And hopefully that could be somebody at the 4 spot that can get out there and get it going for us. But what about you think? What do you think about that for leaving the way it is? You prefer Grimes over Hart?
Yes, I prefer Grimes over Hart. I think Hart comes in for Grimes. I believe DiVincenzo, or well, the first man that's going to come off the bench more than likely is going to be IQ to take out RJ, and then you'll see Josh Hart come in to take out Quentin Grimes, and he'll move into maybe that small forward position, and DiVincenzo will probably come in for Brunson. But I think it's going to be some type of way, something like that. Those three guys coming in. And I think RJ will play a little bit more with the second unit as well, like he did last year. So that's where RJ could probably come out and really shine a little bit. So I think if we get these guys running and doing the way they do, the one person that I really think is going to have a big change of heart, no pun intended, is Isaiah. I think Isaiah Hartenstein is going to come out this year and really play some great basketball with all these guys that cut a lot, and he can pass the basketball. So, I think, like I said, I think they're going to come out for each other. I think we'll get a split of Josh Hart playing some power, some small forward, and RJ coming in playing the power forward, once Randall comes out in that first half.
I like that. I really do. I think that RJ going in before, like Tim did the past season, paid dividends for the Knicks in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I think him coming at the 4. And another thing that we got to keep in mind too, iHeart is in a contract here, ladies and gentlemen. iHeart is in a contract. He on an aspiring deal. He gonna be looking to get paid. Just got married, all that stuff. So he gonna look to his career. And we're gonna see what the Knicks gonna do. This is a big year for him. I mean, you got a lot of show and prove guys this year for the Knicks guys. Whether they got their money already, they got to show and prove, or they need to get their money, so they got to show and prove. You know what I mean? So you got RJ got to show and prove because he got his bag. Hart got to show and prove because he got his bag. DiVincenzo got to show and prove that he got his bag. Now guys like iHeart want to show and prove that he got to get his bag. Quentin Grimes got to get his bag. So you got a bunch of hungry cats down there, man, who know that money talk, BS walk. So they're gonna be looking to go out there and really get down, man. And let's see how it goes. If it all translate to wins, then I think they got something there, man. And I think it will. I think it'll translate to wins. I definitely got 50 wins this season. I try to beat the Divine Shadamas when I can, but I was that last season because I had 45 coming out the gate. I like this team coming out the gate. They won 47. I think they should have did better. One for free throw shooting and other things that happened. So I'm looking for them cats to go out there and do what they do. I don't see this team being no different. But I do think that that 2-guard spot is solidified in New York no matter what, because I think it's so interesting, man.
Nick Yak, I think against certain teams, I think we'll fare better with the smaller unit because we'll get out and run a little bit more. Is there a real concern with the second unit? A little, depending on which teams we're playing, but overall, I think Josh Hart can play 1 through 4. I think he can play 1, 2, 3, or 4 position. And he's a rebounding juggernaut. I mean, his whole career. And if we could get him out there helping rebound, if RJ could come back a little bit with some rebounding, you got to remember these guys that we're talking about in the second unit all grab rebounds. IQ grabs rebounds. Josh Hart grabs rebounds. From off of the stat sheet of DiVincenzo, he grabs rebounds. Hartenstein grabs rebounds. You know what I mean? So I think we'll fare pretty good about rebounding the basketball because they know how to crash the basketball, and don't let them crash the basketball when somebody breaks out because Hartenstein, I forgot the dang name of the quarterback that just picked up. Aaron, he's gonna be an Aaron Nick. He's gonna be throwing the basketball down the court like a football player to his wide receiver to make the touchdown. You know what I mean? So I think Hartenstein, I believe this year is gonna have a way better year. I think you're going to see Hartenstein shooting a couple more 3-pointers this year, spacing the floor in that second unit, and his assist level is going to, I believe, is going to step up a little bit more because of the type of players that he has on the court with him. Josh Hart and DiVincenzo, 2 guys that dive to the basket, go to the basket hard, and usually put the ball in the basket. So I think Hart is going to have a way better year this year, especially passing the ball and stretching that second unit out. I'm pretty sure we're going to see Hart get out there and knock down a couple of 3-pointers this year.
Yeah. Hey, Nick, yeah, put something up earlier. I don't want to jump off the topic, but if that would to happen, that's interesting. Nick Yak said this is why I think they will trade quickly for a forward. That's possible, but from what I hear, like them and the Knicks got mutual. I think the Knicks sign Emmanuel quickly. I like I always say, I think they're the next two guys out of that draft class that's going to get signed from the Knicks. I think Quentin Grimes and Emmanuel quickly going to be the next two Knicks that they drafted to get signed. You know what I mean? They took care of RJ, they took care of Mitchell Robinson. I mean, you know what I mean? These are going to be the next two guys I think that's in line to get the rookie extension from the Knicks. I do believe that. I'm gonna
Whoa, KJ Events. What's up, KJ?
Man, that's why it's hot this summer, man. That's why it's too hot in here. KJ Events, what's good, my man? Salute to you and the family. Y'all know who the brother is. The time for Devon Shaw, KJ Events needs to talk to plan. You understand how we do, my man. Salute to my brother. What's good, my man? Salute to everybody, man. Salute to the chat. KJ Events is in the building. Knicks Real Talk, man. Salute to my brother. Yeah, man. But you know that's what the Heat can do. It can bring you in here. It can bring you in here. Salute to KJ Events. But yeah, man, I'm excited about this thing coming up, man. I'm looking forward to the season. But I will say this here, just to piggyback off Nick Yak. If that would happen, I could see that happening because you do get more size. But Shaw Powers, what's interesting to me is what's different in this lineup this year that was last year. The only thing that's different is DiVincenzo for Obi Toppin. Everybody else that's in there, that's what like Bobby Marks was saying. The Knicks literally brought back all 13 of their players, except for Obi Toppin.
Yep.
They brought back their whole roster except for Obi Toppin. So to me, same team, and I think DiVincenzo is not the savior, but he's gonna make a difference. You know, he's gonna make a difference for that Knicks team. And I'm looking forward to this thing getting popping, man. Let's see how it goes, man. I got them at 50. I think we good around the table with this Knicks team, man. They cats can they got defenders, they got scorers. They can get it however. You know what I mean? The Knicks they ain't lacking in too much stuff, man. Let's be realistic about the Knicks, man. Not from an emotional standpoint, not from a feeling standpoint. Just deal with the numbers. The Knicks got a pretty good squad. And I think they come out the gate this year more better. A year of Josh Hart, like I said, a full year of DiVincenzo coming out the gate. RJ coming back better. Brunson coming back better. Randall coming back better. And I do believe quickly coming back better. All them Knicks players, like I said a few minutes ago, they playing for something. Well, they playing to get a bag, or they playing because they got their bag. So now they got to show and prove that they worth the money they get. RJ got to show and prove he worth $23 million a year now. So you can expect RJ going to go out there and say, "Listen, I got to show and prove that I'm worth this money," and I think that's what he's going to do. I think Josh Hart got to come out there and say, "Listen, the Knicks gave me $18 million. Even though he's not getting it this year, but still he know he got it under contract. He's going to say, I got to show and prove to get that $18 million." So I think all these cats come out there to do it. You know what I mean? And I'm looking forward to this team, man. It'll be a tough fight in the East, man. I still got them in the top four because I just think that the Knicks three front guys, like I said, Shot Power, the top three guys on their team, RJ, Randall, and Brunson, can get it against anybody. And that's facts right there. If they didn't, that's why they were fifth in the Eastern Conference, went to the second round. Them three dudes can get it against anybody. Randall can get it against anybody. Brunson can get it against anybody. RJ can get it against anybody on any given night. There's not too many dudes in the NBA going to shut them boys down. You know what I mean? They're not going to shut them boys down. So I like that about the Knicks because them three dudes, your team going to have to play some hell of a defense to shut Brunson, RJ, and Randall down. And the numbers don't lie, and that's why they do what they do. So let's see how it goes, man. Let's see RJ get it popping. We'd be good, man. Real talk, man. My man, we heat him out.
Yeah, I mean, KJ, what you doing, man? You want to come on or something like that? Just put a thumbs up if you want to come on and say a couple words on my first year. This is the last time we've been together. It was like last year this time. So you want to get on? Let's throw a thumbs up in that chat.
Right.
You know the Knicks right now, man. We right now are like you said, the same team I've been saying, the same team that we had last year, and I think we'll have a better start than we had last year, because last year what we did was we played Evan Fournier as a starter. Quentin Grimes was hurt, and we substituted in for D Rose. Now the substitution for D Rose is going to be DiVincenzo. The substitute for Evan Fournier is going to be Quentin Grimes and Josh Hart or DiVincenzo. And I think we start off a little quicker than we did last year. And I think this team will have the knack this year to play. They already, we already said that they brought back 13 players from last year's team, and I think this team is going to come out, a little bit more aggressive, knowing each other. I think we're going to see more phantom passes that we know where the player is going to be, so they're going to pass the ball to, to where that player should be at that position. And I think we're going to be a devastating team this year. I really do. I think we're going to be sometimes in the game we're going to be up and down, pushing the pace, and sometimes we're going to be a half-court game with our high ISO basketball players banging the ball, bouncing the ball, the name off the ball till they get the ball in the basket. So, like I said, I started lineup. If those three guys average 24 points a night, that's 72 points from just those three guys, not even including Quentin Grimes or what Mitchell Robinson gives us. And if in our second unit, if we really, hypothetically speaking, I'm going to say 12 points. 12 points for DiVincenzo, 12 points for Josh Hart, and 12 points for IQ. That's 36 points coming off your bench, not including Hart. So that's 75 points plus 35. That's already 100 and some points right there. And then 112, 14 points, something like that, just for those 6 players that I mentioned. So we get a boost from Quentin Grimes. That's a plus. We get a double machine from iHeart this year. We're a plus. Everything is a plus. Everything that we did last year, we could do better this year. iHeart is not going to be coming in hurt this year with Achilles. We're going to have a full year of Josh Hart training and doing everything that he hasn't done. Go ahead, Javon. I'm sorry.
No. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is a great Knicks Real Talk weekend. Our brother Shaw Powers anniversary. Happy anniversary tomorrow, Shaw Powers. To you and your lovely wife, man. Salute to Cheyenne, salute to you guys. And look who else is in Knicks Real Talk. KJ of Vince is in the building. Salute to my man KJ. What's poppin', my brother? Looks good.
Salute everybody. A little choppy. I'm in the car right now. Not sure if you all can hear me. I hear you brothers good. I am so proud of you all. Nick Real Talk family, Shy. I didn't even realize it's going to be your 1-year anniversary tomorrow. I just happened to put on YouTube, and I'm happy to be here with you. So it's impromptu that I didn't even know, but I'm happy to be here. Shy, thank you for not taking me off the promo video. You still got me on here. And this is how real people are. In this world we live in now, there's not too many real people. This brother kept me on. I have not been on this show in the past, I want to say 8 months, and you still kept me on, and you didn't have to. That's what Nick Real Talk is about. Besides from our Knicks fantasy with the Knicks, we love our Knicks, but you got some real people on here, and I just want to let all the followers know and all subscribers to please keep following the channel, keep spreading the word. For me, I know we on Knicks Real Talk, and we talking about the Knicks, but I just wanted to get out of my chest, Devon and Shy. I am happy that our Knicks are looking at where they are. They're sticking to their guns, and we just got to keep believing in this organization and the team.
Yeah, facts. I think the Knicks and the Giants gonna do it, my man. I think the Giants gonna shock. I think the Giants shock a lot of people. If the Knicks, I don't know if the Knicks will shock somebody. I don't expect them to do what they do. But I think the Knicks and the Giants looking pretty, and the Jets for that matter. But we Jets Giants fans. But man, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from that Giants squad.
Man, you're right about that, man. I mean, yesterday was a preseason game, but that first 5-6 minutes, they look like a whole different team. And that's what I'm predicting the Knicks is going to look like with a new acquisition of DiVincenzo, man. I just think it makes it a lot better for this team. And along with, we've been here for our team has been together for quite some time now. And if you look around the league, there's not a lot of teams that have been there. You can say you got 5-6 people that's been together for 3-4 years. You can't really say that. And this is what this Knicks team is doing for us right now.
Yeah, they kept a lot. They kept the continuity in the building, the chemistry in the building. They kept that in the building. I'm excited about it. Yeah, man.
KJ, turn on your background, KJ.
Yeah. So look, I'm about 5 minutes away. I'm gonna go. I don't know how long you guys are gonna be on. I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna get on my laptop. I'm gonna come back in.
We ain't talking. Hang out for
okay.
a minute.
I'll see y'all in a minute. All right.
Yes, sir. Yo, that's KJ Events, my man. You know how we do. So yeah, Shop Howard. I'm giddy about this team, man. I'm giddy. I'm ready for it to get popping. I wish the season started today, but we going into the season with this roster that we have. I do think yeah, we might add a little bit another side. We add another bigger body. That's always the work. But we know. I'm hoping that guys like Jericho Sims, I would love to see him get an opportunity to play a little power forward there. If you slide him in the power forward spot, the backup will give Randall some relief minutes, and he's a perfect guy to me because he don't need a lot of minutes. You know what I mean? But he can get in there and get some rebounds like Randall do. He can get in there and get a couple of buckets. He can get 6 points. If the guy like Roby, him, Nathan Wright, Knight, and these guys, and Dylan Wilder, if they're going to get time, if they can come in and get you 6-7 points, a couple of rebounds here and there, just to make sure that the guys in the second unit, the first unit, getting proper rest, and with a little mixing and matching with RJ going to the backup four, I still think we're in good shape. I mean, because you think about it, if the Knicks really want to go tall, they can. You could put a Hart and RJ in the same lineup with Randall and this, or you could throw. I think one of them guys will pop for it. I think one of them backup dudes from New York, whether it's Roby or whether it's Knight, Dylan Wilder, somebody's going to get an opportunity to pop, and they just got to take advantage of it. And if not, we go out there on the market to get somebody with the Evan Fournier contract, hopefully, or whatever the case may be. But without the position that I like the Knicks is in, because if time come at the trading deadline, there you go, Knicks 100 got it right there. There you go, my man. Thank you, my brother. I just about to say it. I'm glad you put the chat up there, Knicks and Nice Pudge. We got enough to evaluate before the trading deadline. I just about to say the thing. The Knicks can go into the trading deadline with what they got. They can get whatever they want if it's available. There's no player, I don't think, in the NBA that if he come available, the Knicks don't have the assets to get. Now that they gotta get him,
right.
Any team, I don't care if it's Giannis, I don't care if anybody. I'm just saying in general, because of the way we built right now, financial wise, infrastructure wise, good tradable contracts, and all that. Draft picks. That's why people got to think about the Knicks at the trading deadline, because when they get to the trading deadline and teams might not be going the way they think they were going to go, they're going to want to offload it. Like, we want to get rid of this guy. Knicks got aspiring dudes. They got an $18 million, $19 million aspiring cat sitting there. They got talent down there, and they got picks. So that's why I think this team is dangerous to me, just due to the fact all they got to do is just tread water to the trading deadline. Just maintain, stay above 500, and go through your peaks and valleys in the beginning of the season. And then by the time you get to the trading deadline, if that 6'10" guy you be talking about, or that 6'9" guy be available, then you go get him. That's all. You go get him. See, the reason why I think the Knicks sign quickly, why they should sign him, because his money can be put in the trade. You know what I mean? Like the quickly $20 million can be put in the trade with Evan Fournier or something like that to somebody, or whatever the case may be. So I don't have a problem with the Knicks signing Emmanuel quickly. Whether they keep him or not, that's on the Knicks. But I still think they should sign him because, listen, he got value. He got value in the league. So even if you sign quickly to that extension, and then but some blockbuster come up and you got to get rid of him. You know, he can't be traded to a certain time, but I don't know if he can be traded this year. I'm not sure, whatever the case may be, but he does have a good contract to move, and it makes the money match up. You know what I mean? So I think we're in a good spot, man. Shop out. I think time we get to the trade deadline, we'll see. Like Nick and Knight said, just be reevaluated at the trade deadline.
Yeah, no question about that. The thing, if we do sign him before the season, he'll probably be just like RJ, just like Brunson, right? I mean, not Brunson, J Hart. I don't think he'll be eligible to be traded at the trade deadline this year. He has that like poison pill like RJ had last year, something like that. So if we sign IQ, we'll have IQ and Josh Hart for the whole season. So it'll be the other players on the team. But if something pops off at the trade deadline, we got $18 million plus some. We got about 11 first round, about 10 first round picks, about 10, 11 second round picks, to 10, 12 second round picks, and a couple of guys that we could fill into the contract with Evan Fournier, you know what I mean, to make a big move for any player that we want. I as a Knicks fan, I'm just sitting here. I have not seen the Knicks this set up this way. I don't think in my whole time that I really watched the New York Knicks, I don't think I ever seen them have this much acuity with everything. You know, with $5 million under the luxury tax. We have players that are tradable. We have picks that are tradable. We have protected picks, unprotected picks. We have second round picks. And, you know, the sky's the limit, man. I think the Knicks the front office has done a great thing for this team this year. And, you know, if there is something in the waters by trade deadline, I'm pretty sure the Knicks have touched base with every player that we've talked about. The KPs they looked into, the PG-13 they didn't look into, the Levine they didn't look into the OGs this year. So it all depends on how those teams come out the box this year and how good or bad that they're playing. If the teams that I just mentioned are playing bad, then they'll be more susceptible to want to trade so-called Levine or OG or PG-13 or something like that if we're willing to want to get them. We made these offers to these guys in the off season, but today's price is not tomorrow's price. So whatever they wanted then, they are definitely not getting what they wanted. Then they're getting less than what they are, especially if we're an over 500 team, we're in a winning bracket, top 6 in the East. You know, anybody, and you know, one of the best things that I liked about Brunson and Josh Hart playing in this FIBA thing is they get to know other players outside from the team, you know, and they're gelling with them, and these guys like playing with them. You know what I mean? So in a year or two, you never know what can happen. You know what I mean? Things that happened in this FIBA in 2 years, we may see 2 players from this FIBA team that we got here. We may see Ingram and what's the center they got this year that they were playing with? I can't remember that guy's name. But anyway, we may get 2 players from this FIBA game right now. We may get Mikal Bridges and somebody else. You know what I mean? From this FIBA thing, just for them playing with these guys and playing with the excellence and the excitement that they're playing with. You know what I mean? This builds culture. And people know, damn, I play with Jalen Brunson in FIBA. He's a baller, man. I think I'm ready to go to the Knicks. We never used to have a lot of players always used to scammer and talk about the Knicks. And I don't know if they're going to do that. I guarantee you Jalen Brunson has changed a lot of people's ideas about what the Knicks can be and how they can bring them over. I 100% believe that.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, man. I know, you know, for me, the quickly situation is like this here. The Knicks like Emmanuel Quickly. Whether not, the Knicks like Emmanuel Quickly. Tom Thibodeau likes this guy. And listen, man, you know, his numbers last year, he got better. You know, he went from 11 to 15. Defense got better. 6th man of the year candidate. That's you can't how would I say, sneeze at that rather. You know what I mean? The cat went out there and played good ball for the Knicks like that. He didn't have a good playoffs, and it happens. Young guys like they get out there and then he got hurt at the end. I think all that started before he got hurt. But you know that's a part about growing, being a player, his maturation. Quickly, with the Knicks seeing quickly is his maturation. Every year he got in the league, he got better. If you a GM or president or you run any basketball operation, you want to get players who get better. That's how you build an organization. I mean, they get better every year. RJ get better, quickly get better. Mitchell Robinson, they get better. Julius get better. You know, Jalen Brunson's gonna get better. He has really came in here and really accepted New York City, man, quickly. And you can't say nothing. You can't say too much about that. That's what you want. You want players like Quickly, and you want players like Quentin Grimes. You want players like all these guys who go out there and say, I'm going to get better. And I want the Knicks to know that I'm a part of this thing. And that's what this cat doing, man. Listen, I don't have a problem with Manuel Quickly on New York Knicks. I don't, because I like his work ethic. The man trying to get better. And you got a lot of cats in the league who just, once they get that money, they don't want to do nothing. Not this dude. You know what I mean? I'm happy. So I think that, like I said, I think Quentin Grimes and Emmanuel Quickly, to me personally, my opinion rather, is going to be the next two Knicks who get extended off their rookie deal. I think that the next two in line, I think Richard Robinson got extended off his rookie deal. I think RJ Barrett got extended off his rookie deal. So I'm trying to think who else might. Them the main two that I know. And I think Quickly in the next in line. Listen, let me bring the face in the building, man. Show my brothers. Oh man, he went back off. Sorry, he'll come back in. But anyway, like I was saying, I think these cats get extended. Whether they keep them or not, I don't know. But I think the Knicks will extend them. And Nick, Allah Wide, thank you for the correction, my brother. You're right. Quickly's contract don't kick in the next year. So even this year, he's still on that $4 million deal. But I think the Knicks. For me, was interesting. The Knicks had the same. Other, like I said, the only thing we did different, ladies and gentlemen, was DiVincenzo and Obi Toppin. But these guys, they play multiple positions. Like Josh Harkin really played a small forward if need be, or the power forward, depending on the matchup that's in the game. We are a small team from down at the 1 and 2, but we also got a lot of strength with these guys as well. You know what I mean? It's gonna have to be a lot of big guard. Got to keep up with these guys too. I know they might look small in stature. Like they might have a trouble when it comes to playing big guy, but at the same time, you got to look at the flip side. Them big guys got to play them too. So the Knicks got the 47 wins last year. They went to the second round with these same guys they got, ladies and gentlemen. The same team they got, they went to the second round with, other than Obi Toppin. And Obi Toppin rebounding numbers wasn't like out of the world. You understand what I'm saying? So though he was tall and big in stature, he could shoot the three and run the floor, but his rebounding numbers, because he didn't get the playing time that probably he deserved. And the numbers probably would have got better with playing time, but still, he was the backup forward for the last 3 years. Him and Quickly, he was the Knicks backup power forward. So I think it's like I always say, man. It's the fight of the dog, not the size of the dog. I can't say that enough, man. We just got to execute. We got to get to the ball faster than the other team. We got to do things that outsmart a big guy. So look at Josh Hart. Josh Hart almost averaged 8 rebounds a game. He's the tallest guy in the world, but he literally averaged 8 rebounds a game because he rebounds in other ways. You could be the big man in a lot of ways. I mean, so you just got to play to your strength. You got to play to your strength, and I think they do that to be okay. Yeah, we need more size. I'm hoping we go out there and get a power forward or somebody 6'10". I would love to see a 6'10" dude up in here, man. I would love to see a Kelly Oubre or just for a 1-year deal, whatever the case may be, or you can get one of these cats who haven't been signed yet. And the way it looks like this right now, we don't know what's going to happen with these guys. But I don't have a problem going out there getting a 6'9", 6'10" cat who can score and play defense and put on the next team. I think that'd be a good way to go. But I think as we presently going into the NBA season right now, I'm still good with this team. What up, my man? You good?
Somewhat.
Yeah, it was good. What's going on with you, my man?
Because I'm on my computer. I launched this computer, but I'm hearing back noise. So I ain't been on in a while.
Yeah, you good, my man. Yeah, we got KJ events in the building with the fam, man. Salute to my brother KJ. We in here. We just will talk about the schedule tonight, man. We were talking about RJ Barrett, and we also talked about Josh Hart and Quentin Grimes, which one of them cats gonna be at the 2 guard at the start of the season. So I mean, that was the show tonight, man. But good to see you, my man. See you healthy, wealthy, and you're in the building, man. You're wise, so it's all good.
Absolutely, man. I had done it, but I was out with the family. So I said, you know what? Let me get in with my boys. But I think Grimes starts. I think Grimes starts again.
I agree.
I think we're gonna see a different Grimes. Hopefully he can knock that down a little bit more consistently to help out of the 2 for us. So I believe Grimes is gonna be that guy for us. I mean, I like the whole team, but I think we should go with the starting lineup where Grimes at the 2. And defense Central will work his way in and out. You know, it depends on now the closing team. I'm not sure, but the starting lineup is going to be definitely Grimes there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. I think Ted stick to that formula, man. I think he just works KJ and Shaw because he got the 3-point shooting capability, which like you said, we need to get the percentage up there, and I think he will. Been working out pretty hard this offseason, man. He always in the gym trying to get better. So I like him carefully out there, constantly trying to improve their game, work on the offseason, getting better. I think he comes back with a different mentality. He have to go into a contract year pretty soon as well. But I think his chemistry with the first unit, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? So I think I like that. He played like a 3-and-D game, but he's much more than that to me. But he played a 3-and-D game. So I think it helps out when you got Brunson and Randall and RJ, who downhill type of players for the most part. Then you got a guy who can sit out there in the corner and bombs away. I didn't think it works well. So that's why I like him there. I think Hart does what the other guys do. You know what I mean? He gets down, go down the lane. You know, he play a lot of hustle, play Swift Army knife. But he does do what Randall and all them cats do. He plays downhill game to a degree. So that's why I like Grimes there. I think he did on a point with that one, man. I think and plus his defense is phenomenal. I mean, he guarding the best cats in the game up in there. So I think he's spot on about that, man. And I think this cat gonna come out and get it done this year. I think he gets it done this year. I'm looking for 15 a game at least. 15 a game. He get 15 at the 2 guard with the defense that he do. And then that could be 20-something points a game right there. But he scored 15, but he stopped about 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 on the other side. So it makes sense to me. On that side of the ball, Shot Power, like me and Shot Powers agreed the same thing you said. KJ, that we start that cat at the 2 guard spot. And and I think this team ready to go. We'll see if nothing don't happen between now and the start of the season. We go with the roster that we have. Shot Powers and KJ. I still think we good. Still think we good.
Yeah, we like I said, we are coming back with the starting 5 that we started with last year. And the one thing that we ended the season with last year, because we started last year, Evan Fournier started last year. And then after Evan Fournier, there was a Reddish that came in. And then soon after that, Reddish is gone, D Rose is gone, and Evan Fournier is gone, and Grimes came in and commanded that spot. Second year in the league, first time starting, and I think he's going to come this year a little bit more prepared, like he did in the summer league. The first summer league he was in, he was okay. The second one, he was the man of the hour, and I think this year he's going to be more efficient. And I also think that Brunson is going to be more on this guy's back with him. He's going to be with him a little bit better. And what better to do is to break down the defense and kick the ball out to someone that wants to knock down a 3-point shot, a la Quentin Grimes. You know what I mean? And I think he's going to have a phenomenal year this year. You know what I mean? I'm not, like I said, I'm not nervous of any of these East Coast teams, and I think that the Knicks will do some real good things this year, especially with the starting unit. It's all going to come down to what Tom Thibodeau is going to put together. And like I said, the biggest thing for this team to do this year is everybody to grow a little bit, everybody to get their, put that ball in the basket. But if we hit plus 36% from the 3-point line this year, and we hit closer to 80% from the free throw line, watch out, man. We're going to have 50 something wins this year easily.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a crazy season for the Knicks just due to the fact the expectations now. See, the expectations went up. You know what I mean? Once you got to that second round, now the expectations is gonna went up with the Knicks. Even out in the national media, you know, the Knicks getting praised now. Now they people so are they gonna be able to live up to the hype that's being put out there in ESPN everywhere? You got Bobby Martin talking about the Knicks and the Phoenix Suns in the finals. And that's Bobby Martin, you know what I mean? Once a GM in the league. But you know what? I think he sees some things that people like. I see things personally. Like, think about this here. A couple of shots here, a healthy Randall here. The Knicks was in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They beat Miami with a healthy Randall and a couple of other guys just having a couple of good games. And they would have been right there playing the Boston Celtics. So I understand where Bobby Marks is coming from because you know you could have a season where one of them superstar players KJ a team might lose a player that's like right now Boston with KP. They brought KP in there to try to help them get over the hump, but they lost Marcus Smart in them. But let's say if KP year don't go the way they planned it. Let's say if the Miami Heat don't retool, I mean they brought in Josh Richardson, but they lost some players. If they don't get Dame Lillard, then they're gonna have to. They pretty much where they were before they start. You know where they were at last year. I'm trying to say they lost Strauss and Vincent. Vincent was a big part of Miami. So let's say that goes different. Let's say the James Harden should go the other way. That's why I can understand why Bobby Marks said what he said. You know, the Knicks literally, because a couple of teams might not go the way they expected. I'm looking at the top three teams: Milwaukee, Boston. You got to put Philly long and beat the Harden there. You got to still put Philly in, and you got to put us in there. And I think Bobby Marks then on, you got to start talking about the Knicks with them other teams like Milwaukee now. You have to. Because that's the way they play in basketball. They playing on that level. And I think this is I ain't mad at Bobby Marks for putting that out there. That you gotta have guts, but at the same time, KJ, he's an NBA aficionado. He understands the landscape of the NBA. He was a GM one time. He understands all this stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised.
Devon and Shaw. I mean, if you look at it, this team was a different team once we acquired Josh Hart. Now we have Josh Hart for a full year.
Nice.
Essential. So it's those guys. You see the camaraderie with Brunson. You see what's going on here, and to have this team for a full year with these guys playing over there for Team USA, it's only going to make this team better. Brunson has changed the landscape of this team. We finally got a true point guard in there, and now what are we really slacking when the second unit comes in with the Hart, DiVincenzo, and the Quickly? For three, so it's a lot of things, a lot of different lineups we can go with, but I think the Knicks are in a great place, and I like the way we're going. We're only going to get better from here, and everybody's been working this summer. This team has been together since I made the point when I was in the car coming in here. We have been together for at least 3-4 years, and we just acquired Josh Hart last year and DiVincenzo. Other than that, Grimes, Quickly, Julius, and then Brunson, with the exception of Brunson last year. But my point is, our team is together. And now, the whole misconception of nobody wants to play in New York, people want to come play in New York now. And the time to turn. Look how many now. I think we have 25 national televised games.
25 national games, right?
Major.
And I can't remember the time we can say Knicks was maybe since the 90s, maybe, or even in the 70s. I don't know how many national, but 90s maybe. But now to present, 25 national televised games. So it's not just us; it's the GM, it's the NBA. New York is a very strong market, and this team is only going to be better than what I believe. My thinking, I know y'all guys talked about how many wins we may get. I think it's going to be higher than last year because of all the acquisitions that we have. But to me, the Knicks is in that top three.
I ain't mad at you, my brother. Real talk. I'm serious. I feel the same way, man. I feel the same way.
And Devon and Shaw, to your point earlier, you talking about we lost to Boston. If all our if we would have made half of those 3-pointers that we didn't make, we'd have beat Boston. We just wasn't making the shots. If we make those shots, we win against Miami. I'm sorry, against Miami.
Facts. Yeah, KJ, you're dead on with that, my brother, because that's all it was, And I do think these acquisition players like the DiVincenzo can make a difference. And for me, Shaw Powell was real interesting as well as I just wanted to my man put up something I want to put up there. And this is really what it is. Hey, Knicks are nice. A legitimate backup for Randall. If the New York Knicks can find a young veteran. I'm gonna put it like that, a young veteran. You know what I mean? Somebody who won't get in the playoffs and kind of fold because he got enough experience. You get a guy who can relieve Randall like Obi Toppin, but also got a defense game, can shoot, he can score like Obi Toppin, but he got a better defense game. You put a 6'9", 6'10" dude in there to back up Randall, unless RJ get moved to the 4 and when he goes to the second unit. But Knicks are nice is 100% on with that. We that close, man. I think if Randall can sustain what he did the last couple of years, or they take another step, I definitely think it's on and popping. I really do. So we'll see, Shot Powell. These cats just got to go in there and work with Coach Tibbs. And I was happy about last season, man. I was very happy to be a Knicks fan last year. Real talk, man. I'm always happy to be a Knicks fan, win or lose. That's just in my blood. But I was happy about this team last year. They cats came out there. They dealt with adversity at the beginning of the year. Tibbs made adjustment with a 9-man rotation, and they took off from there. Okay, winning in the first round, gave Cleveland they didn't beat Cleveland like 4-3. No, they beat Cleveland. They beat Cleveland. There wasn't no just no, they beat Cleveland in that series, man. So coming back this year, I'm really excited, Shot Powell. I think the cat, if everything fall in line, nobody get injured severely, and everything just I's get crossed, the I's get dot, T's get crossed, and everything's working for us. I think we got a chance to do something. I'm really excited about it for sure.
Yeah, there's no question about that, man. Like we've been mentioning the whole thing. The Knicks have brought back pretty much the whole team from last year, and the one thing that we got that is somewhat the best in the whole league. We're a young team, man. Our average age, I believe, is 26-ish, 27. So I think it's more towards 26. We're a young team, and that's still with Evan Fournier on the team. He is the eldest on the team. But once we can remove him, we're probably around 25, 26 years old. I mean, our veterans are Evan Fournier and Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson. All right, Josh Hart too. He's been in the league a little bit, but what I mean, we got a young core, and I just think they're going to get better. And I think with the words that you hear Julius Randle talking about being more mental and being more, he said it last year too, and he did better than he did in a couple of years prior. He was better, still a little too mouthy with the refs sometimes, but he was better than the year before. And if he can continue with that upscale and being better this year, being more about the team than being about him, he said something in one of his interviews that he doesn't like to lose. He's a sore loser. That's the word he used. He's a sore loser. And when he starts to see that it's turning in the wrong direction, and he's a sore loser, you know what I mean? So I'm not mad at that. Every game you want to get out there and win, but then get out there and win those games. Another thing that he said is Brunson made him a better player, and I think Brunson's going to make Grimes a better player. I think he's going to make RJ a better player. I think this year you see a better connection with him and Mitchell Robinson this year, and hopefully Mitch learned how to set a solid screen so they can start doing some pick and pops and some high pick and rolls, and so we can see Mitchell Robinson can get some of that accolades too. I'm happy about what the team has done, and the only thing that we changed is DiVincenzo, and you say the best, Divine. It's not how big the dog is; it's how much heart that dog got. And we got some guys. We got some gritty guys, man. We got some gritty guys that IQ is gritty. And I'm 100% sure IQ is going to come back better than what he was last year. Just knowing that he was that close to being the 6th man of the year, and that he got hurt in the playoffs, and he was having a bad playoffs against Miami. He's going to come back fiery. And I mean, he's already. I seen the last picture. I seen him. He's looking. His shoulders. He's brolic now. You know what I mean? So he's going to come back and have a better year. I think all these guys are going to come back and really emphasize on what they've been doing in the off season, and bring it to fruition in the play. I mean, in the season this year.
Hey, KJ, RJ Barrett, my man. If he take that next step, I think Knicks will get to the Eastern Conference Finals. If RJ Barrett take the next step this year, I'm not thinking. I got a feeling he will. Not to get caught up in feelings and emotions and nothing, but my heart tells me that he's going to come back just like he's playing in FIBA now. But if that brother get consistent this year, the Knicks is a good team, a real good team.
Absolutely, this is year 5 for RJ, so it's really time to prove yourself. We need that wing defender. We need that first 2 years, that defense. It took a slack off last year. We need that first 2-3 years he was in the league. We need that back. You're right, Devon. If he becomes a consistent knockdown shooter, because you got Jalen Brunson getting the ball, I mean, it's over. Because what can he do well right now? He can drive to the hole. He can get to score on anybody. We need anything. If RJ Barrett can shoot at least 39, 38, 39, 40%, we're golden.
Yeah.
And he has shown in spurts that he cannot.
Right. His second year, I think he shot 40% almost, 39.
Right. So if he can bring that number a little bit more up with the acquisitions of all the other players that we have, it helps out. Because don't forget, RJ played a lot with the second unit last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so when those other guys go down, we got that wing, and then with no Obi there, these minutes are going to go up more. It's a guard league now, and RJ is a big piece of this. So if you're right, Demond, if he can knock down consistently a 3-point shot, we're golden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I see that. Knicks are nice. Yeah, I want to see what he's gonna do in training camp. The big brother by the big boy by the Ukraine that played in summer league 7-1. Let's see what he's gonna do there. But yeah, I say all that to say that RJ is definitely, to me, if we don't go out there and make no trade for a major player, I mean, then I think RJ got to be that. He just got to come this year and do what he do. If RJ do it, I just believe he consistent. If that PER jump up to around 15 or 17 or whatever, the Knicks is going to be a problem. Because now you got 3 guys in that lineup on any given night that can give it to you. He just got to hit them shots, man. That's all RJ got to do is just hit shots. He came into the league. Granted, we got to understand. So that's why I don't throw too much. I don't make too much emphasis on his shooting because he didn't come in college. He didn't come into the pros as a shooter. He had to work to get to a shooter. When he was a Duke, he was a shooter. He was the way he played: fast break, bully ball, down your throat, downhill. And then he came into the league. He started working on his shot because that was one of his knocks coming out of college. Was he just wasn't a good shooter, but he worked on his game. And hopefully he can make it translate to the court this year. I think we're gonna be okay. I think he a big reason. He a big part of the reason why I think the Knicks can get to the Eastern Conference Final, even if we didn't get nobody. If he stay consistent, I still think we get to the Eastern Conference Final. Because, man, what he was doing against Shot Power, what he was doing against the Miami Heat in the playoffs, RJ was lighting them boys up, man. So let's hope he can come back and do it. If he do it, I think we okay. That's going to be my big caveat. My big caveat for this year. If RJ Barrett get them percentages up, the Knicks going to be a problem. If he could think about the game we and Shot Power talked about KJ last year, Knicks lost a lot of games just for free throw shooting. That was one of his Achilles heels. Him and Mitchell Robinson. I seen some time where the Knicks can win the game, but Mitchell Robinson and RJ Barrett's free throw shooting wasn't on that night. He got better, but it been time where so if they all can elevate that 3-point shooting, you could have added 5 more wins to that record last year. Easy if they would have shot the free throw from the charity strike pretty much better. So Tibbs had no cats rolling at the end of the year. Right on into the playoffs, and so I don't think nothing changed. I think they do the same thing this year. Sharp out, I think they come back a little bit more hungrier. He did Knicks tonight. He did fall off defensively. For 100% right, like KJ said. Could have cut for that. I mean, that second year when he went to power forward on KJ, he was guarding LeBron and all them dudes. You know what I mean? On a regular. I was like, man. So let's see how he come back this year. But he hungry. He looked good at fever. Sharp out. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I salute Pudge. Let me tell you, he did fall off a little bit defensively, but 2-3 years ago, RJ was the man that was when Bullock left. RJ was the man to step up to play all these big name players. He got a little bigger to play that 3, and he lost a little bit of his momentum. But if he changed anything in the way his feet move and the way he moves his waist, he could be a threat again, man. We don't. I would love to see RJ at 40% again at 3-point land. But we don't need him at 40%. We need him if he gets us 36%. What I need RJ to do is to get 84% at the free throw line, because he gets to the line a lot. That's what I need RJ to do. If RJ can get to the line and knock down 84, 85% of his free throws, then we're a better team. You know what I mean? We're a better team. And that those two stats that hurt us all year was our 3-point percentage and our free throw percentage. Lost us a lot of games. I mean, lost us 5, 6, 7 games, you know what I mean? Like where we could have been 52, 53 last year. But a slow start from last year with that 11-man rotation that we started off with is not going to be that this year. Tom Thibodeau's coming in this year with that 9-man rotation and may change it up a little bit if a Roby, a Knight, or Sims can look like they can fill in on that second unit for a 10th man. I don't think Tom Thibodeau was not willing to extend the rotation to a 10-man rotation if we see something good for one of those 3 guys that I just mentioned. So we in it for the long haul, man. And I think we're going to change our mind as the games start going on once we see how DiVincenzo grabs the rebounds, how Josh Hart, we already know what Josh Hart is going to give us. Josh Hart saved our season at the trade deadline last year. I don't want to say saved it, but he surely pushed us to that fifth seed when he got into the league. That's one of the runs we went on with a player that didn't really know none of the books, none of the schemes, none of the anything, just coming in off the muscle, and just came in and we won 7 games with him before we lost the 1 game with him coming into the league. So I'm just happy to see what the Knicks are going to do and how Tom Thibodeau is going to formulate this team this year.
Yeah, real cool. Hey, I'm about to start a fire over here, so y'all got to pardon me for this, but I know I only had this man on for so tonight. KJ, I'm about to go on a whole different thing. Would you trade for Joel Embiid? I need to hear from KJ or Vince Mouth while I got you on the show. Would you trade for Joel Embiid if he's available?
Absolutely.
My man. All right, that's all. It's a great mind thinking like. I had to get that out of you because I know we don't see you a lot. So now that I got you on here, Joel Embiid to the Knicks.
And the reason why is there's not too many guys in the league that you can say that can be on your team for the next 5 to 10 years. Joel Embiid is one of those guys that we can see him. I mean, this is my thing. We have the guard here, right? All you need is 2 pieces. You got 3 pieces. So to get Joel Embiid here, I don't care what it takes to get him. Get him. We got 4 first-round picks next year. We're not going to use all 4 of those first-round picks and second round. So it's like, what are we doing? So we get that one big piece, that centerpiece in here. Absolutely, I'm taking him.
Yeah. Okay, I want to get that because I'm on that train. I think Joel Embiid puts us over the top with Jalen Brunson and Randall or whoever. I think he puts us over the top. Period. I think you got a cat who could do what Jokic and Anthony Davis could do. And, you got a cat who could do what Anthony Davis could do. You got a cat who could do what the Joker could do. You know what I'm saying? You got a guy who could do what Giannis could do. You got a cat who could do what KD could do. Absolutely. You got a cat could do what all the dudes do. 33 a game last year. They're 10, 11, 12, 13 rebound, whatever. 20 point something PER off the fucking roof. You put that boy in the New York Knicks uniform at the center spot with Jalen Brunson in the backcourt. You got a both dominant. You got probably got one of the dominant backcourt, front court players. Tandems. And 2 players. I just wanted to see what you thought because I think this cat he puts the Knicks in the East. I think you trade Joel if Joel Embiid gets the Knicks and he played the season. He puts us in the finals in the East.
Now, Devon, are you the GM? I don't know if you guys talked about this on the previous show, so you got to help me out with this. If we were to get Joel Embiid, who are we letting go?
I think you're gonna have to go. I think you're gonna have to give up RJ Barrett quickly. RJ,
Mitchell Robinson.
So I'm gonna say Mitch. I think it's Mitch, RJ, maybe quickly Evan Fournier and the Prefler picks.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because we're stacked at guards now. I mean, the one thing that plagued us for so many years was guard play.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of guards, but I'm thinking that Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart trying to get Mikal Bridges over here.
Yeah, right. You know they politicking on that.
They probably are. They probably are. Listen, we gonna miss you this year, but come next year when you on that buyout year, when you ready on that buyout year.
Yeah. Hey, listen. I think. Listen, Jalen Brunson is already, to me, maybe not from on paper because they didn't vote him in there. We know this cat is starting to head. Jalen Brunson starting to head toward that standing superstar level.
Yep.
Jalen Brunson literally is starting to head towards superstar level. He said I even heard it personally when I heard him talk that I'm not even nowhere near where I'm gonna be. I heard him say that in an interview.
Mm.
Him, Julius Randle, and Joel Embiid with Quentin Grimes. That's a tough out. That's a tough out right there. I mean, you got a cat who can defend like Quentin Grimes. You got Julius Randle who can get you 24 a game. He get you 30-something a game. And that defense and think about this here. You still got David Chisholm. You still got Hart. You still got all your defenders. You got all your defenders still. You brought in Joel Embiid. What you gave up, you replaced RJ's 19. So you take RJ's number and you put quickly the RJ's stats together. That's what Joel Embiid numbers are. RJ had 19, quickly had 14, 15. Joel Embiid had 33. You know what I'm saying? And you put RJ and quickly's rebound together, they still don't equal Joel Embiid rebounds. It's like, oh my goodness, that's hard to deal with in a pick and pop, pick and roll, whatever the case may be. That's hard to stop Jalen Brunson and my man in a pick and roll or whatever. That's tough. So I just wanted to ask you that because I just wanted to get your thought. I don't have a problem with it. I think if that was available, I would do it. I wouldn't even think twice.
And another reason why is because now we don't have any post-up centers. I mean, Hartenstein, yeah, but if we got Embiid, especially in a playoff situation, half-court setting, we can throw the ball inside the inside-outside game. We put those guys on the outside that can shoot.
Facts.
Everything up. So you need a guy like that, especially in the playoffs at the center position. Embiid down there, nobody's gonna want to come and score. Who get to the Embiid? You put Embiid versus Jokic, right? We have a better chance with Jokic than Mitchell Robinson. Not saying Mitchell Robinson is scrub, but he's not an Embiid. So I mean, that's my reasoning, but again, we'll see what I'm happy with what we got right now. Let's see what we got.
Me too. But the only reason I brought that up because I know the Knicks will do it. I don't care what none of us out here, whether we want them, we wrong. I know the Knicks gonna do it. It ain't about me wanting them. If Joel Embiid comes available, the New York Knicks is gonna take Joel Embiid, whether we like it or not. Whether we like it or not, they taking that man. They're gonna take Joel Embiid. And I agree with some of the stuff that we have with Ben Simmons and all of that. I bear witness to that a lot wise, but sometimes change is good. You know what I mean? Change can be good for the better or for the worse. I think he get out of Philly, come here. Think about the coaches that he had. The coach, Doc Rivers didn't take them nowhere. Who was the coach for Doc Rivers? He in the last 3 or 4 years, he had coaches that didn't take him nowhere. You know what I mean? And it might be a different instance with different coaches and different players. I will see, but I just want to throw that out there, not to shake everything up, and I'm glad I did because I just want to get KJ thoughts because he never on the show at this time when we were talking about a shot power. But I think the Knicks would do it in a heartbeat, man. I don't even think the Knicks would even if Joel Embiid come available, the Miami Heat gonna take him, and the Knicks gonna vote for him. That's the way it is. I think this cat is he gets us up there, man. Ain't no center in the East can mess with him. Nope. Right, Kate? Am I right, Shop Out? Okay, there's not a center in the East that can mess with Joel Embiid. Not too many centers in the league can mess with him. Yeah. So he makes us a way better team in the East. You know what I mean? Think about it. who gonna stop him in the East? So if you throw the ball, if we playing every team on every night in the Eastern Conference, Joel Embiid getting 30 on them every night. So that makes us one of the better teams in the East with Jalen Brunson and Randall, because alone, just him alone, gonna get us wins just by what he do. So I'm excited about it, man. If that shit would happen, I ain't got no problem with it. I don't. You think about it. You gotta take chances in this league sometime, man. See, we taking chances in a different way now. Like not back in the days, Shaw Powell and KJ. Let me put this out there real quick. You know how Knicks would go sign players like McDice, go sign players like that. Yeah, they not signing Joel Embiid out of the free agency market. Like, we're just gonna get his cat in the bag, and we're gonna put him on our back. We're gonna put our team on his back. Now they got somebody he can get down with. You know what I mean? Like, he can literally get down with Randall. Randall Brunson. Put it like this here. We talking about R.J. Brunson and Randall, right? We just were talking about that, how good they could be. So can you imagine can you imagine Brunson, Randall, and
Embiid?
Joel Embiid, not R.J. Randall and Brunson. No, we talking about Jalen Brunson, Randall, and Embiid. There you go. Look at. There you go. That's what I'm trying to say. Here go Randall, R.J. and Brunson. Here go Randall, Brunson, and Joel Embiid. There you go, right there. You know what I mean? So, regardless of what we may think about that dude, he was and what's happening with the team in Philly, because one player don't win a championship. It takes a whole team. We know that. But even though Joel Embiid never got that far, but it ain't only on Joel Embiid too. You know what I mean? It's the team that's around him as well. You know what I mean? So I think him coming to a team like we got, with all them winners on our team, Steven Childs a winner, Hart's a winner, Drake Brunson's a winner. Julius Randle likes to win. You know what I mean? He coming around guys who literally are winning players. What did Ben Simmons ever did for his winnings? What have Harden ever did for his winning? You understand what I'm saying? What does Tobias have? What have they ever done in their career when it comes to winning? We got players on our squad right now who contribute to winning. So the culture is different. It's just a different culture what we got compared to what he playing with in Philly over the last 5 years or 4 years. You know what I mean? Look at all the trials and tribulations Ben Simmons was going through. Look at what the shit Harden going through right now. You understand what I'm saying, KJ? He's been playing with players who is more about them and not more about the team. So when he come to New York, it's about team basketball. That's the difference in a Joel Embiid in New York than a Joel Embiid in Philly. That's the big difference. He playing around a winning culture in there. When he think about it, when Jimmy Butler came there, look what they did, because Jimmy Butler's a winning type of player. You know what I mean? Jimmy Butler's about winning. So that's why him and Jimmy Butler got down. Like, that's why, they out of all the cats who came there, Jimmy Butler took it forward. But it wasn't Embiid for that Jimmy Butler signed to Miami. That's where he wanted to go anyway. So if they trade Joel Embiid, he might go down to Miami. Because if he go to Miami, then Miami just went to the Eastern Conference Finals. If they would have had Joel Embiid in Miami this year, they would have beat Boston. Yeah, they would have beat Boston. That's what and they would have had a better performance against the Denver Nuggets. So I think if it would happen, I don't have a problem with it for sure. Yeah, but yeah, man. Listen, I just wanted to get in here. I'm glad you got in here, my man. I just wanted to get in. I'm glad to see you, KJ. First and foremost, my man. Real talk. When I see your face, I know you out here, you living, and I hope you and the family doing well. I'm glad you came tonight. The door is always open. Anytime, any place, man. Once fam, always fam. You know that. So we all good here. Shot Powell, I know you got to get ready to do what you got to do. And it's been fun, man. Anniversary that night of my brother Shot Powers. Anniversary, KJ in the building tonight. It just don't get no better than that. It just don't. It really does, man. But it is a Nick 100. I agree with you guys. He is a real gambler, man. I'm not. I can understand all the guys who don't want Joel Embiid. I can understand you all are wild and how y'all feel about that. I definitely bear witness to that. I'm not, but I just think that in this day in the NBA, you got it. Sometimes you got to. And listen, we haven't won a championship in 51 years, man. We've been rebuilding for a long time in New York, said KJ. We've been building and trying to rebuild it things certain way. It didn't work out. We started doing it the right way. We finally got some guys in here who competent, and they front off of doing it the right way. So now the Knicks is about to strike, ladies and gentlemen. They're gonna strike in the next year or two. I'm telling you right now, they're gonna strike. I don't care what superstar comes available or what star comes available. The New York Knicks are gonna strike under Jalen Brunson. They got to win a ring under Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, they have. Mm-hmm. And we got Jalen Brunson for a steal. So again, if we have to, right, while we in these 1 years with Jalen Brunson right now,
gotta go for it, man.
Iron hot. You're absolutely right, Devon and Shaw, because again, we don't want to get out there this year and see the same thing. We want to see something different. And then we want to extend it, especially going to the playoffs. We want to see some more and more things. And again, if it don't work out, the Knicks will find some genius way to make another season like they always do and figure it out. But at some point in time, we have to ask ourselves, when are we going to get this next big person? Because again, we have 4 first-round draft picks. We own 2, but we got 4 of them. What are we doing? We got all these players that we building up to do what with them. So that has to start being the question. And then a lot of people question Tom Thibodeau, but again, look what he done with this team. He's done great one team, and to me, Tom Thibodeau has adjusted from when he first started coaching the Knicks to what he's
doing again.
If we do get an Embiid, this guy's been here for a long time talking about Tom Thibodeau. I believe that he's a smart coach and he'll start listening to players. This is Jalen Brunson's team, y'all. And I think Julius Randle's starting to see that right now. So that's here and there. But to the point was, I think the Knicks are going to be a well-off team, whether they keep their current roster or they got Embiid. If they get Embiid, again, Devon and Shaw, we go to a whole different level with Embiid.
Yeah, man. Listen, I know I understand it, how people might feel about that. I really do. I'm going to give it a shot, Powell. But listen, scared money don't make no money. It just don't.
Never did, never will.
Make no money. You look at everybody in the NBA over the last, I don't care how many years you want to say it, who won a championship. What did they have on their team? A superstar. I don't care how you cut it. You can go back until you probably go back to the Detroit Pistons with them cats, with Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace and all those guys. Other than that, select a few. Miami almost did it. But if you look at everybody who won a championship in the last so many years, as far as I can know, there was a superstar player in the building. You got to have a guy on your team, whether you like him or not, to say, give me the ball, I'm going to take you home. Give me the ball. If we had a player like that this year, KJ, think about it. We would have had a player like that in the playoffs this year who said, don't worry about it. Y'all having a bad playoff series, I'm going to still take you home. We only had Jalen Brunson could do that. He damn near did it by himself. Randle was injured, but can you imagine having another guy who could say, I don't care on any given night, y'all can't mess with me. When you start having players like that, that's when you get ready to win a championship. Until we get a player like that, it'll be hard because this is a star-driven league. It's a superstar-driven league. Steph Curry, LeBron, KD, Giannis, the Joker, you name it. Them the cats is winning rings.
Yep.
With a good supporting cast. So to me, you put Joel Embiid in a New York Knicks uniform with that supporting cast he got, let's do it. I just think that's, so I'm hoping the Knicks don't have to mortgage their future. But see, like I said, if you get rid of Joel Embiid real quick, that means you rebuilding. You understand what I'm saying? And we also got to take with mind what they want back. If the 76ers trade Joel Embiid, they are going into a rebuild. Why you don't trade Joel Embiid to try to stay? You know what I mean? You are going to a full rebuild. So Knicks got 22 draft picks or whatever. I'm just saying, whatever. We got the infrastructure to get Joel Embiid without tearing down that team. That's why I'm telling you. That's why I said you go after him in the next 2 or 3 years, because you can get Joel Embiid. Don't even tear that team down. Because I know Philly going to go for some aspiring, some young talent, maybe like some young talent, RJ or Quickly or whatever, some young talent to go with the draft picks that we giving them. So yeah, if you get Joel Embiid and give up a certain amount of draft picks, and you give up some contract that's not going to affect us and players, let's do it. I'm with it, man. I'm with it. Like I said, I'm an OG. I've been watching Knicks since 1970. No. Take that risk. It's not a bad risk, because Joel Embiid was the league MVP. 33 points a game, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say that again. 33 points a game. And they wasn't no what you call them, empty stats, ladies and gentlemen. They wasn't empty stats. you want? You know what I mean? So let's go, Shop Power. We got to get this thing, man. We got to. I'm not sure we got to get. We not even probably. They probably not even going to trade Joel Embiid. But if they did do it, I think Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau and Worldwide West and them cats gonna say, go and get that man. That's what they're gonna say.
I'm not even looking to see if we can get him. Only thing he has to do is have another bad year in Philly, and he's going to be ready to get out of Philly. And I mean, he's been there, almost his whole career, and he hasn't really done, hasn't got past the second round, and even with Harden, I'm not saying that Brunson and all of them put around him would make it a better team, but boy, oh boy, it sure would be exciting in New York. And I believe if we could make a move to get Joel Embiid, or if he wanted to opt out from Philly, he still has a big contract. But him coming over here to New York, and we still have majority of the foundation that we got here right now, it's a wrap, man. We're going to be a better team. You know what I mean? And then as we get farther down the line, the one thing that a lot of Knicks fans, I don't want to say is scared of, but don't think about, I love Mitchell Robinson. That is my guy, man. But Embiid changes the whole spectrum about that center position, because he can score anywhere. He can shoot a short jump shot. He can shoot a three-pointer. He could box you. He could post. He can shoot his free throws. He is an all-around player. And if we got him with, a Jalen Brunson and a Julius Randle, you're talking about we still can have either an IQ or a Grimes, you know what I mean, with Josh Hart and DiVincenzo, we might even have to give up Hardenstein in that deal and still have Sims. We still have a good foundation. You know what I mean? We still have a strong foundation. I'm not going out to promote to go get Joel Embiid, but as a Knicks fan, if he comes here, I'm 100% with it. You know what I mean? But it's not going to be our choice. It's going to be the New York Knicks choice. Right. I mean, it's going to be that front office that pulls that thing. And what more can you say? All NBA can hit the ball anywhere on the court. And the big caveat, he's CAA, man. He's CAA.
Yep. Hey, Shot Powers, real quick. You put Joel Embiid in the post with the New York Knicks. 9 out of 10, the team that you playing going to have to double to triple team Joel Embiid, ladies and gentlemen.
And he can pass.
Yeah, let me put this out there. In basketball, if you throw that ball down to Joel Embiid in the post, and he playing against just about any team in the NBA, they going to have to double team that man or triple team him. And you got all them shooters on the perimeter. All them shooters on the perimeter. That's what makes it tough for the Knicks right now, because if Mitchell Robinson was a post player type of player, the Knicks would be a scary ass team, because now you have the sag-offs, Shot Power, the sag-offs. You know what I mean? And I think the Knicks have to play the way they play with the ball. So I think people think sometimes is what you call it, one-on-one basketball. The reason why the Knicks play basketball that way, because they don't have a center in the middle who they can do that. That's why Jalen Brunson, Randall, and RJ got to play the way they play. You put a Joel Embiid in the center for the New York Knicks in that post where nobody can stop that man. Either you double team or triple team, or he's gonna drop 40 on you every single night. Every single night. So to me, that makes our team even more dangerous. Now you got Jalen Brunson on the perimeter. Now you got Randall out there who now play more face to back to the basket like early in his career. I just think that is so. I mean, that's the way basketball is played. You throw that ball into the Joker, throw that ball in the post to the Joker. What Joker gonna do? He's gonna eat you up down there, or he gonna score down there, or he gonna throw that ball to somebody and they're gonna knock it down from out there. But he affects the way they play the game of basketball. That's why Joker was the reigning MVP. That's why Giannis was the reigning MVP. Because when you throw that ball in that middle, they affect how your team play defense all night long, all day, every day. And I think the Knicks is set up well with a guy like that because of the way they structure. Randall and Brunson will eat with Joel Embiid because Randall now plays face to the basket. Brunson pick and roll, pick and pop with Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid can hit it in that area all night long. Joel Embiid pick and pop with that boy. That's dangerous, man. Dangerous as anything. And he ain't a slouch on defense neither. So, I would have to do that. I would have to take that gamble if that came available for me. I think the Knicks would take it too. I think the Knicks would do it in a heartbeat. They won't even second guess themselves. They would do that because they already built a foundation with the Knicks already. We already got them guys we done brought up. So it's not like you traded him like you did for Carmelo Anthony. You give away like 8-9 players. But when you traded for Carmelo Anthony, what was the problem why Carmelo Anthony didn't get to go where we had to go? He didn't have a player next to him.
Thanks.
They can get it done. You know what I mean? We've got Carmelo Anthony over here, but we didn't have that player next to him, Stoudemire, and with the injuries and the broken fingers and all that. That's a different story. But you bring Joel Embiid with a Julius Randle and a Jalen Brunson, and you look at Julius Randle numbers in New York too over his career. His numbers is damn near up there on going toward Carmelo numbers. That's Julius Randle. Then you add a Jalen Brunson who got the same numbers. I don't know what to tell y'all, but I just think that's a winning formula, man. A guy who could face the basket, post up, and guaranteed to garner a double team every night. So that means if you got knockdown shooters, and then if you throw the ball on the outside, Jalen Brunson get in the lane, breaking down defense, he get in the lane, it's going to be hard to stop him, or he going to throw it to Joel Embiid. So it's an interesting scenario, but I know the money, the injuries, and all that bother guys and everything, but sometimes you got to take a leap of faith, man, and go at it, man. And if you look at all these players around the league, they all injured. They all injured players. Zach LaVine, much as we want him, he injured. Paul George, much as you want a Paul George in New York, he stay injured. You know what I mean? So it's like no matter who you go at that superstar level, them cats had like Giannis last year. Look at Giannis, injuries, knees. So you're gonna have to take a gamble every now and then. But I ain't got no problem with that, brother. Word bond, you bringing that boy up in here, man. From a basketball perspective, just from what happens on the basketball court, not all the off the court stuff, not the feelings and emotions, just strictly basketball. You put Joel Embiid on the New York Knicks, I guarantee they go into the Eastern Conference Finals or maybe the Finals. If the Knicks had Joel Embiid this year, you wasn't beating the Knicks. The Miami Heat was not beating the New York Knicks with a Joel Embiid this year. I'm talking about the past season when we got against Miami, Shot Powers. The Miami Heat was not beating the New York Knicks with Joel Embiid. I can tell you that. Because you know why? We would have had that player who was going to get his points. Like I said, Jalen Brunson was the only one who can get it, and RJ to a certain level. But now you got a guy like that. If he was here, you would have had to worry about them other guys freezing out in the playoffs because you had two guys literally could take you home. Jalen Brunson tried it. He couldn't get it by himself. But I think Joel Embiid and them two, that's a damn good connection. Like Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler, I like that. But that's like having Jalen Brunson and Joel Embiid. That's a pretty good ass 1-2 punch in the NBA. You know what I mean? So from a basketball perspective, I don't have a problem with it. And that's that, man. And I just wanted to bring that in with KJ. KJ, thank you for coming in, my man. Real talk, my brother. Good to see you. When we holler at you, man, stay in tune, stay in touch. You know when it's on. Make it happen. Come on up in here with us. You know how we do. And I do got the new. I'm about to tell KJ Shop Hours the new promo about the job. So I'm about to put that one in the in the archives. The intro we've been playing for the last year or two. That's about to go in the archive, ladies and gentlemen. Got about to bring some new fire out. I wasn't trying to hold it to the beginning of the season. I might have to drop it sooner than that, man. So I'm glad to see my brother. But just let them know the new one about to come out. I think it's gonna be awesome. Y'all look out for the new Knicks Real Talk new intro, man. She'll be dropping pretty soon. Probably 95% done. Just because I be striving for perfection when I critique certain things. But other than that, I think y'all gonna enjoy the new intro as well, man. So thank y'all for enjoying what we do, man. Real talk. But Shop Howard, I know we're gonna get out of here, man. Go ahead and do what you gotta do, man. Man, you enjoy that day tomorrow, my brother. Real talk. Really, you and wifey tell us a happy anniversary. You guys do what you do, man, and we'll see y'all later on in the week. And we get it popping, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Y'all know how y'all do up in there. Joe Long, G-Man, 7-8, good seeing you, my man. Nick 100 was in the building all day doing his thing. And everybody, Allah Wide, the God, everybody, man. Salute to everybody in the building. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, run out the door. Once a Nick, always a Nick, my man in the building. You guys know how we do, man. Shop Howard, holler at your boy, man.
Salute to you, Divine, as always. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Thank you, KJ, for coming in. And coming in. I hope to see you some more in the upcoming season. I'll see you on the 9th. I'll see you on the 9th you know what I mean? And let's be optimistic about how this season is gonna go, Knicks fans, and see where it takes us. You know what I mean? Last year we were predicted to be 34-win team, and we end up being a 47-win team. You know what I mean? This team is the same team that we had this year, and we will not start off slow like we did last year with that 11-man rotation. That is a big thing that I think is going to change the way the season is going to go. With that being said, salute to you, Divine. KJ, salute to you. I'll see you on the 9th. Let's get it.
Yeah, salute to everybody in Knick Nation, man. The Knick fan base, everybody. Salute to hip hop, 50 years, probably even longer than that. But salute to hip hop. Y'all already know what it is, man. Love and hip hop go together. B-ball and hip hop is synonymous with one another. And and that's what we do, man. But salute to all the pioneers out there, man, all the OGs on the mic, man, including myself, and a lot of people who just love the music, man, love what they do with it and what it meant to us. But that hip hop raised a whole generation, my brother. Real talk, man. That shit raised a whole bunch of people. And hip hop made a lot of people money, in the hood and not in the hood. Hip hop is hip hop, you know what I mean? Real talk. Everybody ate off that, man. So y'all continue eating and continue supporting the artists, man, and all that good stuff, man. And we keep doing what we do as well, man, because this is for the culture. Y'all already know. Listen, man, we see y'all, man. Y'all hit that like and subscribe going out the door. Salute to everybody. P Nice, Nick's a Nice, Joe Long, once a Nick, always a Nick, the chat, everybody, Nick 100 GM, it goes on and on and on. Shop House, my man, I holler at you, man, and I talk to y'all. Knicks Real Talk, Divine, Shop House, episode 15. Great show, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all be safe out there, man. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and get ready for the week. Holler at us, man. Y'all look for the notification. We'll be on and get it popping, man. We got some good stuff going on. Get ready to come up for the year. We're looking to, keep doing what we're doing, man, but we need y'all support. And without you cats, we can't get it popping, man. So we appreciate y'all supporting this show each and every day in each and every way, man. And let's get it, man. We out of here, man. Peace.
Peace.
Time for Divine Shot, KJ events. This Real Talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. Nick's Real Talk is real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants of dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. The entourage, be on the job by energy. 50 tripping in 10 books. As they cook my game plan, and my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We create the logo with those headspace that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's 50 dashes on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like Star Divine to Mount Mars. Knicks Real Talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks Real Talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks Real Talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks Real Talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it.